I've been traversing this world for 17 years. Awakened the magnetic strip extraction system. I thought I could cheat and climb to the top of life, but ended up living as a dock laborer who can't even fill his stomach. Carrying heavy sacks every day. Working myself to exhaustion just for a bowl of watery porridge. That porridge is even clearer than river water. You could use it as a mirror. Today is another day to extract a magnetic strip. I summoned the system. System notification received. Next magnetic strip extraction in 2.5 hours. Current equipped magnetic strips. Well-developed deltoids. White. Slightly increases shoulder strength. Makes carrying goods easier. Anti-hunger white. Reduces discomfort from hunger. Ultra slim pain sense white lessens pain. Makes getting beaten a bit more bearable. There's still a pile of white strips unequipped. Pointy head, white. Guard food, white. Loves eating eggs, white. The system has two minor issues. First, cooldown is long. You can only extract once per year. Second, extremely low drop rate. Lowest grade white strips account for 99%, severely polluting the library. Practicing martial arts and raising your level can increase the probability of high-quality strips. But I don't have the right foundation. Can't practice martial arts. Blocked at the start from both ends. Maybe I just need to restart. Chanyi, you dare slack off? You're asking for trouble. With the ultra-slim pain sense, it doesn't hurt at all, but the injury is still real. 2.5 minutes to next strip extraction. Come on, Tongzi, put in more effort. Good strip probability really is low. But do you know Murphy's Law? Let me have some luck for once. Thinking back over the past 18 years, I was born to a farmer's family in Luoding Village, Bayun County. Although my family wasn't rich, at least there were no major issues with food and drink. That counts as decent in a feudal society. Until 3 months ago, a group of mysterious people stormed the village. Luoding Village was massacred. Not a single chicken or a dog left. The reason I survived was thanks to the village guardian Da Chun, with an IQ of 250. He dragged me into the Qing River flowing through the village. The river's current was swift. We struggled desperately, soon exhausted our strength. Lost consciousness, was carried by the current to downstream King County. Luckily, a fisherman rescued us. The Blackstone gang saved you all. To repay their life-saving kindness, you decided to work for us in return. Just 1 meal per day is enough. The contract wasn't clearly read. The handprint was forced. The Blackstone gang guys are quite hospitable. Sacks were loaded on spot, and so I got a stable job.
Da Chun spent 3 months at the King County dock,
carrying sandbags. As memories whirl, finally, strip extraction countdown ends. Magnetic strip extraction system activated. A parchment only visible to me appears. Countless light dots drifting within, like a cluster of stars. All the light dots are moving rapidly in random directions. The cluster is mostly white. Look carefully. You can spot green and gold dots, even a faint trace of cool colors. These dots represent strip colors. That means quality. Lucky God. Grand new power. I pressed down on it. At this moment, the gears of fate finally turned. A brand new strip appeared. Automatically fell into my palm. 7-colored red light, dazzling and brilliant. Even with my eyes closed, I felt my pupils burning. Cool color myth strip simulator. As you've seen, you've got a plug-in for the simulator. During the simulation, you can moderately adjust the simulation process and extract a strip once per year. After the simulation ends, you inherit all strip memories and martial arts realm and technique memories. Begin simulation now. Buddy, before I transmigrated, I was a veteran bookworm. Had read lots of slow burn stories, so I'm very familiar with simulators. From this description, as long as I live long enough in the simulation, that equals many extra strip extractions, effectively increases drop rate. With the simulator, not just escaping the Blackstone gang, even overthrowing them. It's easy to crush Blackstone for me and Da Chun, not to mention the gang who killed my family. Better wash your necks and wait. I'll be coming to settle the score soon. Simulation started. Simulation started. Luoding village faced tragedy. Hometown massacred. Family wiped out. You realize this world's cruelty. Thanks to Da Chun's sudden inspiration.
He dragged you into the river.
You drifted unconscious into King County, found by members of the Blackstone Gang, forced to work on their dock as laborers. Under the Blackstone Gang's whip, you and other laborers are like walking corpses. No idea what tomorrow holds. Year 1, age 18. Begin strip extraction. Extraction successful. Swimmer, white. Swimming ability increased. Swimming level raised to national athlete. Adjust. In strip simulation, only during yearly extractions. Can you select this option? Simulation paused. Wait for my choice. Does the first year count as a year? No doubt about it. This strip has to be equipped. I'm right by the river. Good swimming skills are always useful. You replaced anti-hunger with swimmer. You realize that you've started the simulation. You really want to do whatever you like. But your strength is low, and your situation is dire. Acting recklessly leads to death. You suppress your restless feelings. You know you need to survive much longer in the simulation, so you can extract more strips. Hurry up, 3 boats worth of cargo today. If not done, no food for 3 days. The overseer's whip makes all laborers tremble. You pretend to be scared on the outside. Inside, you're already planning how to kill these bastards once strong enough. Got several ways to deal with them. At night, you're just about to rest. But hear Foreman One King's voice. 3 people get a lucky job, some good news. You don't believe it, and pretend to sleep. Don't fake it. You were just peeing by the river. I saw you. Helplessly, you have to get up and walk over. Otherwise, Wen Kong will definitely beat you up and make you do the lucky job. Wang Kong grins, says to you 3 laborers. At dawn, someone will take you to 10-mile pavilion downstream Qing River to deliver food to the river god. After it's done, you can have fun at the Red Lotus brothel for 3 days. Is it delivering food to the river god? Or sending those 3 people to the river god as food? No people left. What's the point of going to the brothel? You've heard from older laborers. There's a river demon in the Qing River. Loves eating people. Every time it gets food, it causes floods. Likes to overturn boats.
Later.
The Blackstone Gang arrived. There were a lot less river demons causing trouble. The elders all believed that the Blackstone Gang had reached an agreement with the river demons. Every month, they would proactively send a few people down for it to eat, so it wouldn't interfere with the cow canal transport. You curse silently in your heart. You know there's no escape from your fate. Since that's the case, I'll escape tonight. In the latter half of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, you take a leap and jump into the water. You need to swim to the other side. The river water is swift and turbulent. Before, you would never have tried to escape this way, because you'd definitely either be caught or drowned from exhaustion. But now you have the little silver-striped swimming skill badge, so you can give it a shot. After all, staying here means you won't survive till tomorrow night anyway. You paddle fiercely in the water. Sure enough, your swimming skills have greatly improved. Swimming to the other side is absolutely no problem now. I'm free now. You hear splashing sounds. The Blackstone Gang members are alarmed. Wang Kong snorts coldly. Let's see if you swim faster. Or if my boat is faster. Wang Kong and his men get on the boat. Just about to start the boat. Suddenly, a blaze erupts on the shore. It's on fire. Da Chun dragged the brazier that lit up the dock onto a pile of goods that hadn't been shipped yet. The fire burst into flames instantly. Wang Kong couldn't care about chasing you anymore. He rushed to lead his men to put out the fire. In the light of the fire, you could vaguely see a group of Blackstone Gang members, cursing and brandishing machetes as they charged at Da Chun. Blood splattered within 5 steps. I exit the simulation. I look at Da Chun beside me. At this moment, because he's not had enough to eat, he's squatting on the ground watching the thin rice porridge in others' bowls. He may not be very smart, but he's loyal and righteous. If one day I'm able to escape from the Blackstone gang, I'll make sure to take Da-chan with me. The river stirs. No time to mourn Da-chan's death now. Can't let his sacrifice be in vain. You must survive. Live until the day you can gain the chance to cultivate. And then bring out the cultivation from the simulation. So in reality, you and Da-chan can both escape the Blackstone gang's oppression. You use all your strength and swim across the icy, turbulent river to the other side. God bless. Whether it's that river god or the river demon, neither appeared. Maybe they've already been notified by the Blackstone gang. Maybe they're waiting at that mysterious exit downstream. So they didn't notice things upstream. After you get ashore, you're faced with a decision about what to do next. Option 1. Seek refuge with Third Sister in Bayun County. Option 2. Wander the wilds, hiding deep in the mountains and forests. Option 3. Swim back. Please make your choice. Simulation paused again, waiting for me to decide what happens next. After thinking it over, option 3 is kind of a joke. Let's drop that and focus on seeking out Third Sister, or hiding in the wild. Actually, I have 3 siblings. Big brother and second sister went up the mountain to pick things when I was 8, and disappeared, still missing to this day. Third sister got married in Bayun County when I was 15. I remember my brother-in-law is a martial artist. If I seek out Third Sister, I should be able to get access to martial arts. Maybe I can ask how to get spiritual roots. Or if it's possible to cultivate without spiritual roots. I choose option 1. You decide to seek refuge with Third Sister. The pitch-black night, the cold wind, you run wildly through the forest. You're heading to Bayun County to seek out your Third Sister. Bayun County is right next to King County. The 2 counties aren't very far apart. You have a general sense of the direction. After more than 10 days, you keep running for your life, fleeing far from the Blackstone gang's pursuit. You survive on wild fruits and wild game. Sometimes passing by villages, you steal a bit of food from the village. Almost got caught by villagers as a wild man. Once you cross this final mountain, you'll arrive at Bayun County. Suddenly, a group of figures jumps out of the woods, blocking your path. This mountain is mine. This tree was planted by me. A familiar opening line. You've run into bandits. And the leader is a female bandit. Big and sturdy, with 4 chins, a face full of flab. Just her size says she's a tough one.
Lady Hero.
I don't know you. Bandits are usually after money. If you have no money, they probably won't give you trouble. But you're pretty good looking. My ex-husband just died. You're just in time to take his place. The bandits tie you up and carry you to their camp. Not every bandit gang kidnaps men for this. Tonight, the Flying Tiger stronghold is ablaze with lights. The Flying Tiger stronghold is full of joy tonight. Everyone in the Flying Tiger stronghold is drunk tonight. People's joys and sorrows are not the same. You are stripped of your clothes, washed clean, put into a groom's red wedding outfit, with a red veil over your head, and made to sit in the bridal chamber, waiting for the bride to lift your skull cap. The female bandit who caught you is called Su Linglong. Her father Su Hu is the leader of Flying Tiger Stronghold. When he heard his daughter was marrying for the 6th time, Su Hu was overjoyed. Right now, the father and daughter are just outside the bridal chamber. Su Hu repeatedly tells his daughter to be gentle this time, and to be sure to get a grandson. Your scalp tingles as you listen. Suddenly you realize how all of Su Linglong's ex-husbands died. Drunk and reeking of booze, Su Linglong pushes open the bridal chamber door. Seeing all this, even outside the simulation, I can't stop trembling all over, as if I had experienced it myself. You suffered, senior brother. I chose the wrong route. Sorry about that. The next day you sleep till late morning. And as soon as you step out, you see Su Linglong. She smilingly gives you a new set of clothes, and strictly orders all the mountain bandits not to bully you. Even if nights are tough, the days are actually not bad. You eat and drink your fill, never have to do any work. and can just bask in the sun? You say you want to practice martial arts. Su Linglong gives you all the martial arts scrolls in the stronghold and lets you pick and choose. She teaches you personally. Unfortunately, you have no spiritual roots, so you can't step into martial cultivation. You can only learn some basic fighting skills for fitness. Second year, at 19, start skill extraction. Extraction successful. Dance trainee. You are good at singing, dancing, rapping, and basketball. Adjust skill tags. You replace developed deltoids with dance trainee. Still a useless skill tag, but never underestimate a young man who's down and out. As long as I live long enough, I'll eventually get a useful skill tag. By the third year at the stronghold, you're energetic and refreshed. Even though you can't step into martial arts, with continuous exercise, voluntary and forced, your body has become pretty strong. Not as good as a dancer, but a lot tougher than an average person. If you weren't tough, you're no longer following in undercover bro's footsteps. You're pretending to have blended into the bandit life. Using the phrases you just learned, you showed off a combo move to Su Linglong. Bandit brothers. Hey everyone, I'm the guy who's been here for 2.5 years. After watching your set of kun fist moves, everyone was shocked. Suddenly, a panic shout came from the front gate. Tiger soldiers are attacking. Su Hu, up in the main hall, angrily smashed the bowl of wine in his hand. The soldiers are coming up. How did we not hear a single thing about it? What happened to the patrols? Where are the lookouts and traps? It was the second in command. He secretly worked with the authorities. He led the soldiers up our smuggling trail. When you heard this, your eyes lit up. Here comes your chance to escape. Suddenly, a big hand grabbed your wrist. Chang Yi, come with me. He took you to the entrance of a mountain cave. Just keep walking, husband. This cave leads to another mountain. Only my father and I know about it. No one will chase you. Go on, escape, should I? You didn't expect Su Linglong to really come with you. He seems to actually trust you. You acted for them in the bandit camp every day. Seeing your hesitation, he urged you over and over, husband. Don't worry about me, just run. I'll go distract the soldiers for you. He shoved you into the cave, like tossing a chick. But, sister, I'm not a bandit. What am I scared of the soldiers for? Su Linglong, holding 2 great hammers, charged fearlessly towards the soldiers. Watching his big burly back, you wondered what you should do next. 1. Go deeper into the cave. Escape through the mountain secret path. 2. Return to the bandit camp. Fight alongside your wife. 3. Collaborate with the authorities. Annihilate the bandits completely. In the simulation, I might be moved by emotions if I were actually in it. But in reality, I'm totally rational. I know my first time simulating is crucial. I have to survive for as long as possible. Draw more phrases. Get opportunities for martial arts. That's the only main objective for this simulation. If I don't sneak away now, when else am I going to? You choose 1, to leave through the mountain secret path. Inside the damp, dark cave, you make your way forward in the blackness. The exit is extremely narrow, barely passable. After walking thousands of steps, it suddenly opens up. Bright light shines up ahead. You walk out of this natural tunnel between the 2 mountains and come out. After figuring out the direction, you keep heading towards Baiyun County. The next day, you arrive at Baiyun County. You see the officials' convoy on the street. Su Hu, Su Linglong, and other bandit leaders are locked in a prison cart. They're seriously injured, barely holding on to life. The lower-ranking bandits are already lying dead in the wilderness, not even qualified to be brought back for interrogation. You don't look any longer, quietly slipping into a side alley. When third sister got married, you escorted her to the wedding, so you still remember where her house is in the city. Why has it been sealed off? Third sister's home is marked with a white seal strip. It reads, Great Qian, Qingzhou, 80 counties, sealed by Baiyun County Court. You climb up the wall. and see the inside is already emptied out. Nothing left but fallen leaves everywhere. You find the neighbors nearby and ask around. You're asking about Shen Qingshen. Oh, that demon killed 10 families overnight. He was beheaded last month at the market. The county magistrate sentenced his whole clan to exile. The neighbor sizes you up and asks, "So, what's your relation to him?" I probably don't belong to his clan. How did Shen Qingshen become a murderer? This third brother-in-law of mine, I remember him clearly as a man of noble appearance, full of integrity, a man of extraordinary character. Moreover, he was also an official, a demon slayer in the county demon suppression division. There must be some injustice involved. According to the laws of Great Qian, my third sister should have been exiled as well. According to the simulation timeline, Shen Qingshen will be beheaded in 1 year. I wonder if the crime has already occurred. He's my only relative left. I can't just leave him be. It's a pity that right now I can only worry in vain. I can barely protect myself, and I don't know when I'll escape the Blackstone gang's control. Continue the simulation. You don't know how the 9 generations are calculated in Great Qian. To be safe, you gave yourself a new name, calling yourself Chandong, to make a living. You became a waiter at the Yulai Inn in the county seat. The landlady was a widow, kind-hearted and generous. She took great care of you. Meals were plentiful, and she wasn't harsh or demanding during daily work. However, there were some customers who would resort to violence at the slightest disagreement. To low-level mortals like you, especially some martial artists who felt superior to others. They didn't respect ordinary people. Year 3, age 20. Starting trait draw. Draw successful. Husband material. You inadvertently exude the aura of a family man. Your luck with women has improved. Adjust trait. Did you replace Genie as too beautiful with husband material? A martial artist because the tofu pudding was salty. Caused a scene at Yulayan. He broke your arm. The injury was serious. The kind-hearted landlady helped you wrap the bandages. Dong, don't hold a grudge. Ordinary people like us must bow our heads before martial artists. Being alive at all is a blessing from our ancestors. You said indignantly, don't look down on a poor youth. I, Chan Dong, will eventually reach the peak of martial arts and crush the great Tao itself. The landlady gave you a playful, coy swat. You can't even get a wife. Speaking of this, your eyes met. Somehow, perhaps the husband material trait kicked in. The two of you fell for each other, feeling the heat and urgency in each other's eyes. Later, you and the landlady got married. You transformed into the owner of Yulai Inn. Your life instantly jumped from the bottom of society to the gentry class. As expected, taking the easy way out is the shortcut to success. Who says white traits are useless? I'll be the first to disagree. I wonder what the landlady looks like. The simulation continues. Deducing year by year. Suddenly, in the black and white simulation text, a flash of green appeared. A trait turned green. Year 10, age 27. Married for many years. The love between you and the landlady remains strong. Respectful like guests by day, passionate like wildfire by night. Using a bit of modern management and scientific knowledge, you and the landlady made the inn thrive. It's a pity that as low-level mortals, there are things you can only endure passively, like theft, robbery, or martial artists dining without paying, the government's heavy taxes, and so on. But compared to most mortals, your life is already much better. The only regret is that it's hard for you to have children. The landlady often sighed, saying a child would be nice. Whenever she had free time, she would sit there doing needlework, staring blankly at the tiger head shoes she sewed stitch by stitch. You comforted her, saying such things depend on fate, and the bond with a child is a matter of destiny. Year 11, age 28. Starting trait draw. Draw successful. The older, the luckier. Green. Starting from age 60. Every 10 years, when drawing traits, you are guaranteed a rare trait. And the current draw chance will slightly increase. Adjust the probability for traits above rare. After all these years of drawing, I finally got a green one. Considering the odds, this draw was extremely lucky. After all, the probability of a rare trait is only 0.9%. This trait can wait until I'm 60. Then I'll equip it. A guaranteed rare is not bad. In the following simulation, I saw myself living as a mortal in a world where martial artists run rampant, with demons causing trouble and constant warfare. It's so incredibly difficult. Year 13. At age 30, you and the landlady finally conceived a child. The landlady wept with joy, and you were happy for her too. Year 14. At age 31, it's a boy. Yulai Inn held a 3-day grand banquet, inviting all the elders and neighbors of the city. Father of my child, you're being too extravagant. Though we've made some money over the years, there are always so many risks. Rather than letting thieves steal it, or the magistrate take it under various pretexts, I'd rather spend it on happiness. Besides, my son Chan Dong's son is born. How can I not announce it to the whole city? Ah, Dong, you're getting cocky again. We are just mortals. Don't look down on a middle-aged poor man. I, Chan Dong, am definitely not a small fish in a pond. Year 16. At age 33, your second daughter was born. You held another grand banquet, hosting for 3 days. Year 20. At age 37, you have both a son and a daughter. You have a family business and a prosperous life. Gradually, you almost forgot you were in a simulation. It all felt too real and too happy. Year 23, age 40. A demonic martial artist broke into Bayun County. He held a banner billowing with black energy, killing everyone on sight. Neither the county martial artist nor the officials were his match. They were all killed by him, their souls pulled into the banner. The demon slayers were alerted and fought him for several days. Finally, risking mutual destruction, they severely wounded him. As the demonic martial artist fled, he killed your daughter in passing and drained all of her essence blood. The landlady was overcome with grief, becoming bedridden with illness. You held her hand, watching helplessly as she passed away. You buried the mother and daughter together. Looking at the 2 lonely new graves before you, your heart was filled with agony. You almost couldn't go on. But you still had a son. You knew you couldn't collapse. Year 33, age 50. A brilliant empress emerged in the southern border. She integrated the southern border nations, uniting the scattered 100 nations into a single force. She launched a counter-offensive against the Central Plains, the front lines pushing all the way from south to north. Bayun County was about to become the front line. Your son decided to head to the battlefield to defend the country. Son, can you not go? The battlefield is too dangerous. If the nation is gone, where is the home? You've loved telling outsiders since I was little that Chun Dong's son would surely be successful. Now it's time for me to make my mark. You saw your son out of the city, watching him leave on his long journey. At this moment, you seem to have aged many years instantly. Year 35, age 52, you received your son's ashes and a suicide note. 2 years of living in fear finally came to such an end. You buried him beside his mother and sister. You sat crying at the grave for 3 months. Your hair turned completely white. Year 37, age 54, the Great Qian dynasty suffered consecutive defeats. Bayun County was captured by the Empress. It became the territory of the Southern Border 100 Nations Alliance. Bandits passed through like a comb. Soldiers passed through like a wall. When the Southern Border Army passed through Bayun County, they demanded money and food door to door. They called it a loan, but everyone knew it would never be returned. Urine could not be spared. Almost all visible wealth was carried away. Fortunately, the proprietress once told you that she had hidden some silver under the old tree at home. You used it carefully to manage to survive. After Bayun County suffered this catastrophe, everyone became destitute. The inn business became harder and harder to run. Year 40, age 57, a tiger demon emerged from the wilderness. It broke into Bayun County and caused great chaos. For a time, the crowd scattered in panic. Buildings collapsed. The demon-slaying division mobilized in full force, engaging in a life-and-death struggle with it in the county town. Whether the demon was killed? You aren't sure. But while the demon fought with the demon-slaying division, your three-story inn was smashed to pieces. This was your most important fixed asset. Destroyed just like that. You wanted an explanation. You went to the demon-slaying division for compensation. Before even seeing which way the gate opened, you were beaten to the ground. You chose to leave Bayun County. Beside your family's graveyard outside the city, you repaired a thatched hut and settled down there. Without a martial root, you could only wait silently, hoping the system could draw a martial root trait. Year 42, age 59, drawing a trait. This year's trait is still useless. Outside the simulator, I let out a long sigh. The various miseries in the simulator made me realize the cruelty of this world. I equipped the older, the luckier. Almost 60 years old now. This life has been too bitter. Hold on, don't break down. The dawn of victory might be tomorrow. Simulation continues. Beside the thatched hut outside the city, you work as sunrise, tilling the fields and planting vegetables. After sunset, you talk to your family, then fall into a deep sleep under the moonlight. Though lonely, you found a brief sense of peace. Year 43, age 60, starting trait draw. Triggered the pity draw for the older, the luckier successfully. Obtained green grade martial root. Martial root, young at heart. With this trait, you can stage a loser's comeback. Adjust traits now. You clicked yes. A warm current instantly flooded your body. You haven't forgotten your mission in this simulation.
Taking all your savings.
You went to the Bentley Martial Arts Hall in the county town. The instructor Nevu Dayton, wearing training clothes, with hands behind his back, looked at you with amusement. Stop joking. Why learn martial arts at 60? 60 is exactly the age for striving. You poured a pile of silver ingots before Nevu Dayton. I'll pay the fee, you just teach. Taking a disciple who could be his own father was a huge challenge for Nevu Dayton as well. But you simply gave too much. The martial path is the cultivation of the three keys: blood key, spiritual key, and essence key. As food must be eaten bite by bite, the three keys must be practiced one by one. Beginners must first master external arts. Practicing external arts can enhance blood key. The stronger the blood key, the more your strength, speed, and physique will improve. When you sense a warm current appearing in your danshin, that means your blood key has surpassed the limits of a mortal and is stored in the danshin. Those who don't understand the strong like to call this warm current internal power. But as martial artists, we must know that is blood key powerful enough to be controlled. This is the first realm of the martial path. Body refining, year 43, age 61, 1 year of cultivation. No progress at all. Nevu Dayton advised, Uncle Chun, forget it. An aged body, with severe loss of blood key, how can it be suited for martial arts? The fellow disciples in the martial arts hall, and the people in town who knew you, all pointed fingers behind your back. They said you were unrealistic, still restless even in old age. You never paid attention to the gossip of outsiders. Focus solely on studying and trying. Do not mock the poor in old age. I, Chandong, will surely step into the martial path. Year 52, age 70, drawing a trait. Triggered the older, the luckier. The 10-year pity draw rate. Success. Effort must yield harvest. When you do something with perseverance, you will surely have gains, but not necessarily many. You replaced it with effort must yield harvest. The older, the luckier. 10 years of training. Returned still immortal. Nevu Dayton's grandson has been born. You still insist on coming to the Bentley Martial Arts Hall every day, practicing diligently and hard. Unlike others, who learn various techniques and engage in sparring, you basically play solo, practicing only one external art. Wild bull strength for 10 years. Although your blood ki has improved, it still hasn't reached the standard of a martial artist. At first, Niu Daiden still took your tuition. Later, he stopped. Respecting the elderly and loving the young. An elder at home is like a treasure. With you as a mascot here, Bentley Martial Arts Hall has become a landmark for many people around. Promoting the hall in a roundabout way. Fellow apprentices, look. This is the one who started practicing at 60, now 70 years old. The grandpa Chandong who still hasn't entered the martial path. Niu Daiden's son, Niu Yuqian, is now the head of the Bentley Martial Arts Hall, mainly responsible for recruiting apprentices. Another batch of newcomers arrived today. Niu Yuqian is using you as material for the new recruits, giving them a motivational boost. From old Master Chun, what can we see? Ah, right. Regardless of whether cultivation succeeds, one must take this step. Even if, like him, one remains at a standstill at 70, at least there are no regrets for having tried. Just as he spoke, you, who were practicing, felt a warm current in your danshan. You have entered the body refining realm. Seeing this situation, Niu Yuqian immediately changed his tune. Ah, right. Old Master Chan started at 60 and can still succeed. You kids in your teens, is there anything you can do? Nothing is impossible in this world for those who set their minds to it. Learning the news of your entry into the martial path, Niu Daiden was sincerely happy for you. That night, he kept you at the hall for a family banquet. Uncle Chan, I've actually heard your story. The taste of the food at Yulai Inn back then was very famous in our neighborhood. What a pity. Speaking of the sorrowful parts, even as an outsider, Niu Daiden's eyes turned red at your experiences. Although I don't know why, at your age, you still push yourself to practice here. But I wish you a long life and good health. From now on, the martial arts hall is your home. I'll set up a small cottage for you. Just stay here. After more than 10 years, you once again felt the warmth of home. That night, you slept exceptionally peacefully, but you still haven't forgotten your mission in this life. Copy more entries and practice martial arts more often. After the simulation ends, the more you inherit, the better. You know you have poor physical aptitude, and you're already too old. Cultivation is extremely slow, so you don't waste time learning martial arts skills. You only train external strength. Your entire body is filled with vitality. Year after year, training at sunrise, resting at sunset, maintaining a balance between work and rest. Focusing on your health. On the 61st year, at age 79, after entering martial arts, your cultivation progresses slowly. It took you 9 years to reach body tempering stage 3. Although you didn't experience demon invasions or martial disasters these years, your body still can't fight off the inevitable decline towards old age. A sudden cold leaves you paralyzed in bed, needing others to take care of even your basic needs. You can't train anymore. Niu Daiden is old now too. The martial arts school's business has been hit by martial sects. No students are signing up. It's on the verge of shutting down. Today he heard you're not doing well, so he rushed over to check on you. Old Chun, how are you feeling today? You force a smile that looks worse than crying. I'm almost dead. You stare at the extraction progress bar ticking down, just hoping you can die, and slowly get your guaranteed 80-year-old draw. Don't say that. You're going to live to 100, you know? Daiden, living to 100 isn't that easy. I lost my spouse in middle age, sent my own child to the grave, and my entire life's work was ruined in a flash. My heart has been broken too many times to count. Niu Daiden looks at the snow outside the window and sighs. Old Chun, in this life of ours, suffering is the theme, and happiness is just a brief interlude. 62nd year, age 80 entry extraction starts. You trigger the luckier with age manual. Extraction success. Diligent punch rate. When you don't use martial arts skills and only rely on basic punching and kicking, your destructive power increases tenfold. And you won't break your bones from recoil. But each time you lose a strand of hair, Looking at my avatar in the simulator, barely hanging on, holding out until the age of 80, I just feel my nose, sour and uncomfortable. This life really was too bitter. I hope in my next life I have 5 basic skills, so I can simulate more comfortably. Simulation ends. Simulation review. Facing the cold moon's waves. Several times in the mortal world, only dead lanterns remain. Dry branches at 60 long for spring breezes, yet still call out to the heavens. Congratulations! You've gained the following inherited 162 years of travel memories. 2. Body tempering stage 3 cultivation. 3. Diligent punch, green. Hard work always pays off. Green. Luckier with age, green. Low deer root bone Gina. So beautiful, like a little white fish among the waves. A total of 62 entries. 4. Ancestral Python Ox mirror entry level reward instantly credited. I suddenly feel a gentle warmth surge within my danshin. My whole body is released from exhaustion and hardship. It's like I have endless strength now. My energy, mind, and spirit have all improved significantly. The Black Tiger Gang? Damn, they're here. As I step into the body tempering realm, I can now equip 5 entries. After a moment's thought, I equipped myself with the simulator, DJ Rootbone and Diligent Punch. Hard work always brings results. Super Beast Pain Tolerance 5 entry system. When does the next simulation start? Simulation cooling down, 1 year remaining. You can choose to finish the following guidance missions and directly earn another chance to simulate. Guidance mission: if you can't win, then join and reveal your martial prowess. Infiltrate the Blackstone Gang and look for a chance to escape. Mission reward: +1 simulation attempt. +2 premium entry draw count. *1. 3. DJ Spirit Rock Iron Greatsword. Mythic entry. A cheat for sure. Getting a new simulation can net some extra rewards. The cooldown period's too long. I can't wait that long. Besides, the guidance missions fit my current situation. There are martial artists in the Blackstone Gang too. If I try escaping by jumping into the river now, those martial artists will come after me by boat. I might not get away, unless I come up with another plan. Dachin, it's better to pretend to join the Blackstone Gang for now, then find the right time to escape with you. Having made up my mind, one immediately, smashed the old porcelain bowl in my hand on the ground. Eating only steamed buns and thin porridge every day, and still not getting full, a scholar can't survive on this, let alone us laborers. The laborers around me are all stunned. Their eyes go wide with shock. Are you crazy? Does he want to be whipped to death? He's new after all. Still doesn't know how ruthless the Black Tiger Gang is. Look, the overseer's coming with the whip. The laborers start chattering all at once, catching the overseer's attention. Chanyi, what do you think you're doing? Before he finishes his sentence, Dashan smashes his bowl too. Dashan, what do you think you're doing now? Dachan grimaces and says, I don't know what I'm doing. I just feel like smashing my bowl. With a crack of the whip, the overseer sends Dachan flying to the side. Go cool off, you fool. He snaps at him, then swings at me, but his movements look slow as molasses to me. I reach out and grab the whip, snatching it away in one move. He never expected me to fight back. He shouts, shocked and angry, hand me the whip. Are you trying to rebel? You think you deserve to use that word to describe yourself? You really think you're some kind of local king? I turn the whip and lash it across the overseer's back. With the strength of body tempering stage 3, he's sent flying with a single strike. Right into the river. Supervisor Wang Kong sees this, sneers and says, So Chun Yi, so you do have some skill. If I don't teach you a lesson today, you'll never obey. With that, he takes a stance and shows off his martial prowess. Judging from the blood energy pulsing around Wang Kong, he's just at body tempering stage 1. And with every stage increased in body tempering, your blood energy doubles. So I don't even bother fighting. Ah. Wang Kong knows he's no match.
He shouts, trying to look tough but clearly scared.
Changyi, don't go crazy here. This is Blackstone gang territory. Do you know who our boss is? He's the one called Black Scorpion Ironclaw. I'm done listening to his nonsense. So I slap him hard across the face. That's what you get for bullying us with your power. And another slap for a good measure. That's for stealing our food rations. Wang Kong starts begging for mercy, crying and shouting, I know I was wrong. Please stop, please stop. So I give him 2 more slaps. That's for forcing us to sign indenture contracts. It was all the Black Tiger gang's fault. Spare me, hero. Hero, please, spare me. I don't believe a word he says. I throw him down on the ground. That's for trying to feed me to monsters. I didn't do that. I'm being framed. Got too worked up and started counting things from the simulation too. Framed or not, so what? When Wen Kong hears that, he's left speechless, tears in his eyes. The chaos at the docks drew the leader of the Blackstone gang, 13. Beside him stood a burly man, the 4th boss. The 2 saw my impressive skills. They became interested in recruiting me. 13 suggested the 4th boss test my strength. I threw a serious punch. With 10 times the power, I knocked the 4th boss, who was at body training 6th level, back repeatedly. But that was the end of it. Good, very spirited. If it came down to a real fight, I wouldn't be able to beat the 4th boss, let alone the mysterious 13. They were quite satisfied with my strength. He immediately gave me the position of newcomer instructor. That made me an officer in the gang. As for Wang Kong, he wasted talent, was tossed into King River to feed the fish. That night, the Flying Stone gang held a banquet to welcome me. During the banquet, a gang member hurried over and reported to 13 that tomorrow was the 15th. It's time to send food to the river god. Let Old Fourth pick out a few laborers at the dock tonight. Right, I remember there's a fool. Doesn't he eat more than others? He must go. I was stunned at these words. This change in the story. This time it's Dachan's turn to feed the fish. Boss, that fool is from my hometown. He's clumsy and awkward. If you have any jobs, let me do them. He can't handle them. I probed, pretending to be drunk. But 13 frowned and said that fool could definitely do this. Just focus on being the instructor for me. Come on, drink up. Seeing 13 had made up his mind, I said nothing more. After a few drinks, I pretended I couldn't hold my liquor and got up from the table. Returned to my room, closed the doors and windows tightly, opened the system interface. Task completed, rewards received. Flame Iron Greatsword. Simulator cooldown refreshed. Start simulation. Start simulation. Simulation begins. To help Hidashin escape the Blackstone gang's control, you deliberately revealed your martial prowess and got a chance to join the Blackstone gang. Became an instructor within the gang. But you have zero interest in gang life. You're just looking for a chance to break free. The next morning was about to dawn. Before sunrise, you saw the 4th boss leading a few underlings, with Dachan and several other laborers walking along the banks of King River downstream. You know the 4th boss is easy to fool, so you said you couldn't sleep, and went along with him, just treating it as a walk. The 4th boss didn't mind, and brought you along. Soon the group arrived at Chili Pavilion. The 4th boss pushed Dachan and the other 3 to the riverbank, then shouted toward the river, River God. We're here to bring your meal. Eat well and drink well, elder. You saw a few gang members who came with you. All instinctively took a few steps back. Clearly, they're a bit afraid of the river god. The 3 laborers, unaware, still held their lunchboxes, really believing they came to deliver food, not knowing they themselves are the food. The calm surface of King suddenly started swirling. Some fish and shrimp jumped out of the water, as if there was something terrifying below, making them scared to go in. Just then, Standing behind the fourth boss, you secretly gathered power in your right leg, then kicked with all your strength. With a dull thud, the fourth boss flew into the river, splashing a huge wave. Instructor Chun, what are you doing? 3 gang members surrounded you. Facing their blades, you actually smiled. With your current cultivation, it's more than enough to handle these non-martial gang members. You threw each of them into the river. What's in the river? The Blackstone gang guys know all too well. They desperately swam for the shore. Chanyi, you actually betrayed me. Wait till I get back on land. I'll skin you alive. The fourth boss was still making threats. But it seemed like there were big hands in the river, pulling them deeper. After swimming for so long, not only didn't they make it ashore, but ended up farther out in the river. With a low growl, a giant beast slowly appeared, shaped like a turtle, with a snake for a tail. When they saw the beast, the fourth boss screamed, "River God, you've got it wrong. We're not this month's meal. Those people on the shore are. I'm the fourth boss of Blackstone Gang. Please look carefully, Elder." The giant beast obviously had poor eyesight. It couldn't make out the fourth boss's face, just saw him as a delicious meal. The beast opened its bloody mouth and lunged at the fourth boss, swallowed him whole in one bite. After dealing with the fourth boss, the system popped up 3 options again. 1. Roam the world with Daishin. Seek more martial opportunities. 2. Take Dachan to Baiyun County to join Third Sister. 3. Return to the Blackstone Gang and say the river monster went crazy and ate the fourth boss. I hesitated for a moment. Option 3 was still for laughs. Better go see Third Sister. And Baiyun County has a good place to settle Daishin. I chose option 2. Simulation continues. After you and Dashin escaped the Blackstone Gang, you headed straight for Baiyun County. This homecoming journey was much smoother. You're now a body training 3rd level expert. Ordinary beasts and roadside bandits are no threat to you. As you neared Baiyun County, you met a familiar face. This mountain was planted by me. This tree was grown by me. A familiar opening line. A familiar bucket-shaped beauty. A chance encounter really made you laugh and cry. Hey, you handsome young man. Seeing people like us with our heads dangling from our belt, you aren't afraid at all. And even smile. Are you scared, silly? Su Linglong is still instantly smitten with you. Those big eyes, working hard to show off her charm. You still have the memories from the last simulation. So, among these mountain bandits, only Su Linglong has cultivation at body training 4th level. The others are all ordinary people. You walked to the big tree by the road, smashed your fist on the trunk. The trunk shattered. With a serious punch, that blow had power equivalent to body training 5th level. Su Linglong was stunned by your display. We offended a senior. Please forgive us. Here's some silver. If you need it for your journey, feel free to take it. You smiled, took the silver. Only fools refuse money. For the sake of that silver, let me give you some advice. Go back and keep a close eye on your second boss. He's up to something. Su Linglong's face was full of confusion. She didn't understand why you suddenly mentioned the second boss. It seemed you were very familiar with their bandit camp's secrets. You continued on your journey with Da Chun. You were deep in thought along the way. This time, you didn't fall into the bandits' lair during the simulation. You should reach Third Sister's house earlier than last time. Hopefully, you'll find out what really happened to Third Sister's husband. In the previous simulation, Third Sister's husband, Shen Qingshan, became a murderous maniac. He was beheaded by the authorities. The family home was confiscated. The relatives were even exiled. This truly left you baffled. Third Sister's judgment couldn't possibly be that bad, right? The next day, you and Da Chun arrived at Baiyun County. You found Third Sister's home. Luckily, you didn't see a seal this time. You let out a long sigh of relief. You reached out and pushed open the door. There was a toddler in the courtyard, babbling. About 2 or 3 years old. Third Sister Chun Yun was hanging laundry in the courtyard. You didn't disturb her. You just quietly watched. Until Third Sister finished hanging the last piece of clothing. She finally turned around and saw you. Third sister's tears immediately streamed down her face. She had already heard about the massacre in Luoding village. She thought you were just like the other villagers, brutally killed under the blade. To actually see you today, she was overwhelmed with joy and started crying. Third sister prepared a table full of food to celebrate your family's reunion. Third sister's husband, Shen Qingshen, came home. Seeing you alive, his eyes became moist too. Da Chun ate heartily, grease running down his mouth. He couldn't be happier. For Da Chun, as long as he can eat his fill, he has no other desires. Watching ants climb trees all day is enough to satisfy him. The next day, you brought Da Chun to the Yulai Inn. Are you here for a meal or to stay the night, sir? The landlady was just as enthusiastic as ever. Landlady, I'd like to introduce my brother to work here as a servant. He's a bit slow, can't handle troublesome tasks, but he can definitely wash dishes and sweep the floor. He is also quite strong, so he can take care of some heavy work too. The landlady glanced at Da Chun, a bit hesitant. She said, I'm Mei Sanniang and I'm kind-hearted, but if his mind isn't sharp, she seemed unsure, hesitating to speak. You quickly said that he doesn't need a wage. Just feed him and that's fine. The landlady was surprised and said she'd feel guilty if she didn't hire him. She'd feel a little uneasy about her conscience. You know, Mei Sanniang is a good person. She definitely wouldn't treat Da Chun unfairly. Placing Da Chun at Yulai Inn is definitely suitable. You returned to third sister's home. You chatted with Shen Qingshan about martial arts. Learning that you have good aptitude, Shen Qingshan took out some martial arts manuals for you. Shen Qingshan said these are Shen family's ancestral techniques. Unfortunately, many have been lost by his generation. Only these 4 manuals remain. Still, these are all intermediate-level techniques. If you master them well, in this small county, it'll be easy to find a good job. These manuals have a rustic yet grand feel. You can tell they're not ordinary at first glance. In the period that followed, you began your training at third sister's house, but you didn't want to freeload there every day, so you figured you needed to find something to do. Shen Qingshan suggested you could take the Demon Slayer exam at the Demon Slayer department and work there like he does. You also asked Shen Qingshan about the massacre at Luoding village, wondering if the authorities had discovered anything. Shen Qingshan had no leads at all. The perpetrators knew exactly what they were doing and were well trained. They didn't leave a single trace. That night, you couldn't sleep at all. Why did they slaughter Ding village? It was just a rundown mountain village, full of poor farmers who could barely feed themselves. How could they have provoked this kind of enemy? After a year at your third sister's house, you practiced martial arts with your brother-in-law. Even though your martial arts level didn't improve, your techniques did make progress. The skill tags you drew this year were still useless, but your understanding of martial arts got deeper. For commoners, martial arts has 6 stages: body tempering, ki gathering, soul refinement, deep forest, ocean, and tranquility. Why those stages were added? As for commoners, because stages above tranquility don't matter to ordinary people, reaching tranquility is already extremely rare. That's already 1 in a million. As for technique quality, it's divided into low, mid, high, earth, and heaven tiers. Earth and heaven tier techniques might as well not exist. They're considered strategic resources, strictly controlled by the royal family and top martial clans. Second year, age 19. With Shen Qingshan's recommendation, you took the Demon Slayer exam at Baiyun County's Demon Slayer department. Among all the examinees, your martial arts level was almost at the bottom, but you had one very serious punch. During the competition, your opponents were always caught off guard by your punch. It totally wiped them out. You successfully joined the Demon Slayer department and became a Demon Slayer. Now you had a stable income. But Demon Slayers are not official government positions. It's like being on contract. You have to achieve the rank of Demon Slayer envoy like Shen Qingshan for it to count as an official civil servant position. That's when it's actually an established job. You joined Shen Qingshan's Demon Slayer squad. Normally you worked with your brother-in-law, and whenever you could, you asked about martial arts. Very convenient. One day, Shen Qingshen received a mission from the department. There was a bull demon causing trouble in Huang village east of Baiyun County. The chief ordered Shen Qingshen to lead a team for a sweep. So your team drove out of the city and arrived at Huang village. When you entered the village, everything seemed peaceful. Old and young alike looked happy and content. Nothing like a place attacked by a demon. You split up to investigate. Suddenly, you faintly heard a cry for help. Help me. You followed the sound and pushed open a courtyard gate. What you saw were villagers' bodies scattered everywhere, with the fresh smell of blood still in the air. Just then, a dark figure suddenly lunged out from the corner. You instinctively drew your sword to block. The attacker was incredibly strong and had an extremely tough body. Before you could see what it was, you were already knocked to the ground. Whether it was coincidence or not, your sword ended up stuck in a corpse. Meanwhile, there was a clatter of footsteps outside the yard. Han Sheng, the head constable, led 20 constables in. How dare you, Chen Yi, committing crimes in the know, slaughtering 3 families and 18 people in Huang village. A heinous crime. Surrender now. You instantly realized you'd been set up. This trap was meant for Shen Qingshen, just like in the last simulation, the Shen Qingshen serial murder case. But this time you took the fall by accident, mobilizing both the Demon Slayer department and constables at once. Only the county magistrate could make that happen in Baiyun County. You understood the real mastermind was the magistrate. Han Sheng was also a martial artist, at the same level as Shen Qingshen, dueling stage. He instantly subdued you. Shen Qingshen and his team rushed over, saw what was happening and stopped Han Sheng. Both sides were at a stalemate. Things were on the verge of violence. Auditor, what are you doing? A figure dropped down from above. It was Feng Yucheng, the chief of the Demon Slayer department in Baiyun County. His martial arts level was the top in Baiyun County, already at the soul refinement stage. Feng Yucheng intervened. He stepped in. Shen Qingshen realized he couldn't keep you here today. Don't worry, little brother. Your brother-in-law won't leave you hanging. I'll make sure to appeal to the magistrate for you. I'll fight for your justice. You knew this was a setup and told your brother-in-law not to worry about you. Just protect third sister and my niece. It's just a simulation anyway, so you're not afraid of dying. Locked up in the county jail. You were tied to the interrogation rack, with all kinds of torture devices laid out in front of you. Branding irons, leather whips, knives, torture benches, wooden donkeys. Chanyi, you'd better confess. Just admit your crime, or I'll… Yeah, I did it. I did every single damn thing. The confession is probably written up, right? Getting that handprint is a lot of trouble. You knew you couldn't endure torture, so you might as well confess early. To save yourself the suffering, Han Sheng pulled out the written confession, but still went through the motions. Chen Yi, regarding the Huang village case, do you confess? Yes. The Yiping village home invasion murder, do you confess? Yes. Guangshan village's slaughtered plow ox case, do you confess? Yes. Let's hurry this up, it's just routine, right? I get it. A few days later, you were brought to court. The fat county magistrate sat above. They just went through the official process. In the end, you were sentenced to penal military service. You were surprised. Normally, it'd be straight to execution, just like in the last simulation. Shen Qingshan and the magistrate saw your confusion and absent-mindedly explained. Lately, there's been intense fighting down in Henan and Zhang. The government is showing mercy. If a capital crime has any excuse, it can be commuted to military service. Guess I saved the magistrate's ass a few times. So now I have mitigating circumstances. On the day you set out, Chen Yan and Shen Qingshen brought their daughter to see you off. Your third sister's family watched you leave. She was already crying her eyes out. Your little niece, still not understanding, waved at you, calling uncle. Come back soon. And catch butterflies with me in the mountains. Year 3, age 20. Time for skill tag draw. Drawing successful. Congratulations, you've acquired a legendary skill tag. Photographic memory. You now have a super memory. Everything you see and hear will be etched into your mind. You swapped photographic memory in for draconic prowess. Once again, you didn't get to try out draconic prowess. What a pity. 3 months later, you were sent to the Southern Frontier Army. As a penal labor conscript, you were assigned to the Chores Battalion. The dozen soldiers you bunked with were also serving time. They were all notorious troublemakers. As long as no one is watching, they're just an unruly, undisciplined group. One of them, an old soldier named Liu, is the leader among the soldiers this time. When he saw you, the newbie, he planned to give you a hard time. What crime did the newcomer commit? Came in for killing. Killed 100 or so. Old Liu snorted. He casually rifled through your belongings, found your sentencing documents inside. After reading them, he got up quickly, neatly made your bed. Boss Chan, you don't know how cold it gets in the south in winter. Those supply guys are greedy bastards skimming off the top. The quilts they give us barely have any cotton in them. You should use an extra one, so you won't get cold. The guy who tried to take your quilt looked bitter. Boss Liu, how am I supposed to sleep tonight? What boss? Now I'm number 2. From today on, there is only one boss here. That's Boss Chen, 5th year, age 22. You've gradually gotten used to life in the barracks. Whenever you have time, you quietly practice martial arts. One day, passing the new recruit camp, you saw a guy with pockmarks on his face. You never forget a face, which lets you remember everyone you've met. So you recognize him. You clearly recall. A year ago, on a march, when the Southern General ambushed us, that pockmarked guy was one of the enemy cavalry archers. You secretly follow the pockmarked man, observing his every move, even things like bathing, sleeping, eating. You don't miss a single detail. After more than 10 days, you finally discover something. After training the pockmarked man, you noticed him volunteering to guard the gunpowder. You instantly realized his plan. That night, it was dark and windy. In the gunpowder depot where open flames are forbidden, the pockmarked man sent away the other guards. He slipped in alone. This one blast should be enough to throw the vanguard into chaos. Without gunpowder, their firearms are useless. Our great Miao Nation's troops will have no obstacles. The pockmarked man twisted a fuse by hand. He tossed the torch onto it. After lighting it, he ran far away, squatted at a distance, waiting for the explosion. He stared at the gunpowder depot, waiting and waiting. But the explosion never came. Right then, a soft chuckle came out of nowhere. Are you wondering why it still hasn't exploded? You don't wait for the pockmarked man's reaction. You sternly shout, "Seize this spy for me." Old Liu and the others immediately rushed in. In the military tent, Sun Cheng was surprised and delighted. Didn't expect you exiled labor soldiers. Actually caught a real spy. Sun Cheng glanced at you all. He said, with a hint of regret, even though you've done a good deed, "I can't reward you with merit though, because you all broke the law and were sent here. Basically, you're prisoners. The Great Qian's law says, prisoners can't be credited with merit." Old Liu knelt on the spot. "General, actually, many of our brothers were wrongly accused back home. Local officials rob us blind, pass judgment carelessly, taking advantage of us powerless commoners. Enough, I'm not your county magistrate. I have no duty to clear your grievances." Sun Cheng raised his voice. It felt like the air pressure in the tent dropped. Everyone inside dared not even breathe. "But don't feel bad just because there's no merit. I can still reward you." Sun Cheng beckoned. The deputy brought some silver ingots. "Everyone gets one. This reward, do you want it?" Simulation paused, waiting. "I make a choice about entering the city. Want the money, not the scumbag. Second, don't want to serve the country loyally. It's what we citizens of Great Qian should do. Third, no, but I want something else. Silver doesn't matter much in the simulation. Serving the country matters even less. The third option doesn't say it directly. It's like free form. See how the plot develops? This kind of choice could be risky. But Sun Cheng doesn't seem unreasonable. You won't get punished just for saying the wrong thing. Not going to get beaten or killed. Picking this might give you a surprise. Might be a pleasant surprise. I don't want silver. It's useless." Sun Chen looked at you with a playful smile. "So what do you want? Want to lead troops?" "I don't know tactics. I want pills that improve my cultivation." Sun Cheng smiled faintly. He's very curious how you recognize the spy. You realize Sun Cheng suspects you. You ponder. Decide to tell the truth. I just have a really good memory. I don't believe anyone can remember what they had for breakfast 3 months ago. Like how many sips of porridge, details like that. 19 spoonfuls next. You accurately state how many cloud patterns Sun Cheng had on his old clothes a year ago. There were a few. Sun Chengden finally believes you have exceptional talent. Born with super memory. He was thrilled. Patted your shoulder. Handed you a bronze seal. From today onward, you are now an adjutant. I can't give you merit, but I can exchange all your deeds and contributions. For the pills and raw stones you want, you gladly accept. With a steady supply of pills and raw stones to help your cultivation, you're very satisfied. The pills provided by the military are low in quality. They contain a lot of impurities. Warriors can naturally get rid of them. Everyone sees you take pills like crazy. They just think you have unwavering determination. But they don't know during the simulation inheritance. Only cultivation level is kept. Other things can't be inherited alone. In the next simulations, you thrive in the barracks. Your career soars. Your photographic memory makes you a hot commodity in the army. Officers from every unit line up every day to ask you to solve their problems. You're like a powerful database, able to organize everything in the barracks. All the data and intelligence. Basically a walking AI. Sun Chen keeps his promises. You contribute a lot, but still can't get merit. So they keep showering you with raw stones, pills, and spiritual energy. Constant supply of wealth. Sun Chen never rewards anyone with women. He's unlike other top officers. He doesn't treat women as spoils of war. You play with the raw stones in your hand like walnuts every day. When their essence is used up, you just toss them aside. Pills that boost cultivation and speed. You chew like snacks. You occasionally read the military report of the day. It's one of the few ways to pass time in the barracks. You play with spiritual energy like a toy, sharing it around. A bunch of people call you Godfather, willing to serve you loyally. This tough military camp life was literally turned into a vacation by you. Year 15, age 32. In the blink of an eye, you've spent another 10 years in the camp. The entry system remains stable as always. All useless white entries. Fortunately, with the help of tons of elixirs and origin stones, your cultivation skyrocketed. You've already reached the peak of body refinement level 9. You're just one step away from the giant spirit stage, but you've been stuck at that last step for 2.5 years. And during these 2.5 years, the fighting hasn't stopped. The attacks from Dashiguo in the southern frontier keep getting fiercer each time. In Suzhou's view, Sun Cheng and his remaining 20,000 frontier troops are surrounded here by Dashiguo's savage elephant army. This is a fortress town. High walls and deep rivers. Easy to defend, hard to attack. There are plenty of supplies. In the general's residence, a group of generals in full armor and weapons gather around the sand table, discussing the battle situation. Deputy General Zhang has the worst temper. He keeps asking the strategist for battle. Those barbarian men are taunting us outside the city again. Let me go fight them. I am willing to offer a military pledge. Upon hearing this, you furrow your brow. Dashiguo's elephant cavalry wield 15-meter-long spirit-infused giant spears, mounted on savage elephant beasts over 6 meters tall. Even though there are only a few hundred of them, they're enough to charge against our tens of thousands of infantry. Haven't our troops already suffered enough losses at their hands? The disparity in combat strength is vast. A sense of discouragement spreads across the room. You lightly wave your feather fan, encouraging everyone, you say these days. The number of elephant soldiers wandering by the city walls has decreased. Even those savage elephants who still come to shout insults seem a bit listless. I suspect these beasts might not be able to adapt to the Central Plains climate and have fallen ill. Sun Changda asks, but we still need to be careful. This could be a trap to lure us out. Dashiguo's army has now penetrated deep into our Suzhou territory. Their supply line is extremely stretched. As long as we hold our ground and don't venture out, sooner or later they'll have to retreat. You're currently discussing military affairs, studying ways to raid the enemy's supply lines, when a soldier suddenly rushes in. He reports an envoy from the imperial court has arrived. An imperial decree in gold has been delivered. The edict orders Sun Chengyang, commander of the Suzhou Frontier Army, to immediately leave the city and engage Dashiguo's main force and reclaim lost territory. When the soldier finishes speaking, he presents a red command token with both hands. Sun Cheng lets out a sigh and takes it. This is already the 10th one. The 10th gold token urging you to go into battle. Deputy General at the side snorts and says, "The Emperor, what's going on?" All he does is urge us to fight, and not a single reinforcement in sight. Sun Chen sighs again. Corrupt officials have taken over, deceiving the Emperor. His Majesty probably thinks that losing over a dozen Suzhou cities was because our frontier army was afraid to fight and let them go on purpose. Once again, Sun Cheng has defied imperial orders. He's caught in an impossible situation. To be a loyal subject, but can't just send his men out to die. Clearly a powerful and strong warrior in his prime, yet white hairs have crept onto his head. Sun Cheng's dilemma. Finally, 2 months later, after the imperial envoy arrived at Yan Pass, the enemy troops besieging the city were defeated. Upon hearing this, the envoy was sent to urge Sun Cheng to leave the city and confront the enemy. He was immediately carried in by an 8-man sedan chair. After the envoy entered the pass, the defenders knew what he was there for. They clearly weren't welcoming him. The official was furious, saying even outsiders understood etiquette better than his own people. That day, the imperial envoy read the emperor's edict, commanding Sun Cheng to fight. If he refused again, the whole border army would be charged with rebellion. Late at night in the study, Sun Cheng's deputy general and several trusted aides were summoned by him. Sun Cheng looked at you all with a complex expression. He was silent for a long time, before slowly saying, "Tomorrow, open the south gate. I will lead my guards to battle personally. The enemy's 10 armies are offering a huge reward for the Marquis title, to take my head. As soon as I show myself, the enemy troops will definitely swarm in. At that time, all other soldiers will disguise as civilians and leave through the north gate along with the people inside the pass." Deputy General Li stood up angrily. "General, the Emperor is forcing you to die. Why still be loyal to him? Let's rebel." The other trusted officers all agreed. Only you stood by silently, saying nothing. Sun Cheng looked at you, Chan staff officer. "Why aren't you saying anything?" You gave a bitter smile. "Because I know the general's nature. He would rather die than become a traitor." You slowly stood up, but even if the general doesn't rebel, there's no need to knowingly go to certain death. There are other possible paths, like mentioning the envoy. You placed your feather fan on your neck. Sun Cheng waved his hand to interrupt. "Say no more. My resolve is set. Some things, even when impossible, still require someone to do them." In the middle of the night, thoughts racing, unable to sleep, you look up at the moon. This vast world feels so real. You can clearly see the armies of the Deshigo kingdom outside the city resting, preparing for tomorrow's decisive battle. Even the normally wild war elephants have quieted down, silently gathering strength. Sun Cheng is someone you deeply admire. He governed his army with strict discipline. Their military regulations were as solid as iron. His command was legendary. With 100,000 border troops, without reinforcements, sacrificing 80,000, they held off Dashiguo's 1 million strong army, beheading over 300,000 enemy soldiers. Tomorrow this hero general will fall. Thinking of this, how could you possibly sleep tonight? The next morning, the south gate was wide open. Sun Chengjun wore his general's armor, held a 12-foot spear, and rode a red-maned stallion, with 800 guards behind him. "Villainous invaders, Sun Chenit stands before you. If you want to fight, let's fight. Do not harm a single civilian in my city. The whole army charge." Sun Chen led the charge. His guards followed close behind, rushing toward the enemy formation. Sun Chenda was a master of focused combat. Facing thousands of troops, he slaughtered them ruthlessly, fierce as if Xiao Zilong reborn. But soon, among the enemy troops, several warriors of his caliber emerged. They clashed. In the exchanges of martial arts, even the residual power swept across the battlefield. No one could come near them. Taking advantage of the north gate being lightly guarded, 20,000 soldiers took off their armor, put on ordinary clothing, mixed in with the city's residents. The civilians followed Sun Cheng's orders and left through the north gate. After leaving the city, a soldier asked Chun's staff officer, "We're already outside the city. What's the next step?" The troops still didn't know. Sun Chengdong wanted them out, simply to save their own lives. There was no next step. Your silence made them quickly realize. Come on, come on, come on. I, Li Ergu, never thought I'd have a great general covering my retreat. If I go home, no one would believe it. Then I won't go home. If the general doesn't leave, neither will we. Brothers, grab your weapons. The civilians kept fleeing, but the soldiers chose to turn back. Even though the officers rebuked them, and even drew their law swords, no one obeyed. In the end, even those officers joined the charge back. Suzhou border troops share life and death. Their passion inspired. You threw away your feather fan, drew your sword. Damn it, so what if I draw fewer skill slots? Just some skill slots anyway. I'm burning everything I've got. Just as you tried to return to the battlefield, two officers approached. You recognized them as Sun Cheng's camp officers. They said nothing, just grabbed you, general's orders. If the staff officer tries to fight recklessly, take you away by force. Both camp officers were extremely strong. They carried you off like a little chicken. Just as you fired up, they put out your flame. Half a day later, 30 miles out, you heard a familiar laugh. Looking up, it was old Liu. Year 16, age 33, drawing skill slots. Success. Spider sense. When danger is near, you get goosebumps. Your hair stands on end. Choose to adjust skill slots? You replaced effort yields rewards with spider sense. Using spider sense, you detected many threats ahead of time. You and old Liu hid and ran, barely survived the war. In this battle, the Suzhou border army was wiped out. Not a single civilian survived. None of the civilians escaped. After Sun Cheng fell, Deshiko faced no more obstacles and pushed forward relentlessly, conquering 31 cities in Suzhou. Seeing this scene, though your heart aches, you can do nothing and continue on your martial journey. Old you, having nowhere to go, chose to stay with you. Year 17, age 34. Searching for martial sex? On the way, you stopped by old Liu's hometown. Seeing the ruins of his old house, old Liu learned, as the only able-bodied man in the family, not long after he was conscripted, his parents died with no one to provide for them. His sister was sold to a brothel. She died within a few years as well. That day, old Liu, usually carefree, disappeared for 3 days. You knew he was grieving and didn't disturb him. You quietly looked for news in a nearby town. You listened to scholars and poets chatting in a tea house. The incompetent Emperor Dakian still believes Sun Cheng survived and doesn't know where he's hiding. To avoid fighting, he issued a nationwide warrant, ordering every Dragon Guard bureau to hunt down a dead man. After news of Dashiguo capturing Suzhou spread, the southern border countries raised their armies, looking to get a share of the rich central plains. Sensing danger was imminent, the imperial court decided to marry off Princess Hundred Flowers, renowned for her beauty across the 5 regions, to the king of Dashi, and cede some land in Suzhou to stabilize the situation. They actually ceded territory and arranged a marriage alliance. They've completely disgraced our ancestors. Well done smashing it. The tea house owner is also a man of character. Any patron who smashed a bowl out of anger at the government's humiliation got their bill waived. That day, the sound of breaking bowls filled the tea house nonstop. You couldn't help but sigh about money, feeling like it's as shattered as these broken bowls. At such a turbulent time for the nation, where will you go from here? 1. Join the righteous uprising. With your super memory, you're sure to achieve something great. 2. Keep searching for a martial arts sect. And travel the world. 3. Settle down somewhere and become a farmer. And lay low until old age. With my current strength, rebelling would be suicide. Option 1 is out. Option 3 is safer. So I have better chances of living longer. But option 2, maybe there's a chance to get a gathering spirit pill. I'll pick option 2. You continue on, no longer worrying about Great Keon's affairs. From now on, you just want to live a little longer, draw more traits, and find a sect willing to take you in and give you a gathering spirit pill. The next morning, old Liu, who had been gone for 3 days, returned. He seemed to have aged 20 years overnight. You and old Liu hit the road again, visiting martial arts sects all over Central Plains. You know, the major sects would never accept someone like you in your 30s, who hasn't even reached the gathering spirit level. You need to find those small or startup sects. They need people and have some resources. Year 18, age 35. You've already visited some minor sects, but were rejected each time. Sigh, kicked out again. So rude. You pat the dust off your body and walk down the mountain, looking disheveled. There's a village at the foot of the mountain. As soon as you approach, you smell a strong scent of blood. You walk into the village and find everyone slaughtered. Their bodies are strewn all over the ground. Why is this happening again? Yesterday, the village was peaceful when we stayed there. It was perfectly fine. You're stunned. This is the 4th massacre you've seen this year. It's like a professional hit squad has been tailing you. Wherever you go, they follow and massacre. The strange thing is, your spider sense has never reacted even once. Old Liu nervously tugs your sleeve. Boss Chan, let's get out of here. If the killers are still around, we're in trouble. You agree. Let's go. What a world this is. There's no way for regular folks to survive. Your family was also slaughtered by a mysterious group. Seeing these people's tragic fate reminds you of yourself. You feel a deep empathy. Could it be that the Tulading village and the killers behind these village massacres this year are the same group? Year 23, age 40. You still haven't given up finding a mentor, but as you get older, your chances of being accepted shrink. During your military days, the side effects of taking too many pills have emerged. Your body can't expel them on its own, and they're draining your vitality, causing you to cough frequently. One day, you and old Liu take a boat to Lingfeng Pavilion in Qingzhou. Baiyun County is also in Qingzhou. Old Liu, if this doesn't work out, I'm heading home to rest. It's close to Baiyun County anyway. I want to open a dojo and pass on the skills that the general's guards taught me to the next generation. You arrive at Lingfeng Pavilion. The front gate is wide open. It's dead silent inside, and you catch a familiar bloody smell. You take a closer look and see all the disciples inside are dead. How is that possible? You're in shock. You look around, feeling that this quiet mountain ridge is filled with deadly danger. Old Yu comes running from a room, excited, holding 2 blue pills. Boss Chan, look, aren't these gathering spirit pills? You pick one up and examine it in the sunlight. Yes, this is the gathering spirit pill. Old Liu is thrilled. Great, one for each of us. Never thought I'd reach the gathering spirit stage in this lifetime. Old Liu is a martial artist too, but he only has a low-level root and is stuck at body training 9th stage, unable to break through. Years of hard work were all for this pill. Right now, you don't care about the corpses around you. You just want to take the pill right away and break through. After you swallow the gathering spirit pill, you immediately start cultivating. With the power of the pill, your senses for heaven and earth essence become extremely sharp. You circulate your inner energy. Vitality surges through your body. The essence of heaven and earth flows into you automatically. You're finally about to break through. Even the most powerful leader of the Blackstone gang only reached body training 9th stage. Once I inherit those powers, I'll come and go as I wish, freely whenever I want, go in and out as I please. Blackstone gang, your end is near. Simulation continues. After 2 simulations and 100 years, you finally break through to the giant spirit stage. High quality trait draw probability increased. Trait equip limit increased by 2. After your breakthrough, your excitement cools off. Suddenly you realize something. Old you, how did you know that pill was a giant spirit pill? It's your first time seeing one, right? Old Liu is still cultivating with eyes closed. As if he didn't hear you. You get more and more uneasy. Old Liu, I never told you what a giant spirit pill looks like. As you urge him, Old Liu suddenly opens his eyes. Right then, your spider sense goes wild. Your hair stands on end, and goosebumps cover your body. You take a few steps back. Old Liu gives you a mysterious grin. I don't know what a giant spirit pill looks like, but I can ask them. He points to all the corpses on the floor as he speaks. You realize the truth. You shout in disbelief. You slaughtered everyone at Lingfeng Pavilion. You also killed all those villagers along the way. But how did you get so powerful? I didn't have this power before. Until 6 years ago. I got this. A creepy black mist starts to emerge from Old Liu. A black soul banner unfurls behind him, swirling with dark smoke. The 10,000 souls banner. During the first simulation, it was the same year as well. When you were 40 years old, there was a demonic martial artist in Baiyun County wielding the 10,000 souls banner. He massacred people throughout the county town. He even killed your daughter. You never would have expected. That martial artist turned out to be Old Liu. Old Liu gently stroked the 10,000 souls banner. His face showed an expression of deep affection. Oh, Boss Chan recognizes this treasure too. It really is a treasure. Its reputation is huge. Thinking about all the villages slaughtered along the way, you sternly questioned those villagers had no grudge against you. How could you bring yourself to do it? Old Liu didn't care at all. A bloodthirsty gleam flickered in his eyes. As long as the 10,000 souls banner is fed, it will enhance my cultivation in return. With my poor aptitude, in just 6 years I reached the soul tempering realm. Old Liu no longer conceals his cultivation. The aura of soul tempering emanates fully. The powerful true energy is so oppressive you can't breathe. You forced a bitter smile, don't be foolish. Look at your hair. Look at your face. He's not annoyed by you. He's exploiting you. This is an evil artifact. Quickly throw it away. Upon hearing your words, the red light in Old Liu's eyes faded. He regained a hint of clarity. The 10,000 souls banner suddenly trembled violently. Those black mists came alive as if reborn. They poured into Old Liu's eyes and nostrils. After the dark mist entered his body, Old Liu seemed like a different person. His voice became unbearably hoarse, as if thousands of souls were screaming from his throat together. So what? Doesn't getting stronger always come at a price? Old Liu, are you really still Old Liu? You're terrifying. That's exactly right. Only by making others afraid of you will you not be bullied. What kind of twisted world is this? I follow the law. Those officials used me as a scapegoat. They forced me into military exile. My family was kind and honest. But those evil ones made sure our bloodline ended. What about General Sun Cheng, whom you admired? Wasn't he forced to his death? Why do you care about those villagers' lives? Surviving and becoming stronger is the only truth. That's the one true way. Old Liu stepped closer and closer to you. You were forced into the corner. You wanted to fight back. But the aura of the 10,000 souls banner suppressed you. Your true energy became stagnant within. You simply couldn't muster any strength. Lao Liu reaches out his hand to you. Chanyi, I won't hurt you. Whether it was in the barracks, or when escaping from John Guan, you've helped me many times. I'm someone who remembers kindness and repays it. This big treasure will share it. How the spider sense starts frantically tingling. You know he's lying to you. Most likely, Lao Liu is dying soon. The Wan Han fan is looking for its next victim. At this moment, Lao Liu is probably already fully controlled by evil forces. You don't want to stay here. You hurriedly raise a red iron pellet. This was given to you by Sun Chengna. It's one among a pile of spiritual treasures, called the Smoke Escape Pearl. You slam the Smoke Escape Pearl hard onto the ground. A thick smoke quickly spreads throughout the Lingfeng Pavilion. At the same time, a gust of fresh wind bursts out from the pearl, lifting your feet up. Your running speed increases dramatically. You take advantage of the smoke to block Leo Liu's view and sprint at full speed. Do you really think you can escape? Liu doesn't bother pretending anymore. He starts waving the Wanhun fan. Heavy black mist instantly fills the Lingfeng pavilion. Strands of black mist wrap around you, making your struggles futile. You can feel your vitality slowly draining away. You feel unwilling, but ultimately powerless. Just then, several sword lights slash across the pavilion from the surroundings, dispersing the black mist. You crash hard onto the ground, badly injured. You can't even get up. Strong drowsiness makes your eyelids heavier and heavier. Before losing consciousness, you vaguely glimpse a familiar figure. You were unconscious for 7 days. You finally recovered your vitality. Woke up. You discover now you're living in a wooden cabin in the forest. The surrounding mountains and rivers are picturesque. The air is fresh, refreshing and invigorating. You're awake. You hear a woman's voice. She must have been the one taking care of you. She pulled you back from death several times. Benefactor, please accept my respect. Su Linglong. Su Linglong is happy to see you. That's great, Benefactor. You're finally awake. You're completely confused. Can't figure it out. Why are you calling me Benefactor? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Su Linglong tells you about her experiences over the years. She used to be a bandit in Baiyun County, and coincidentally met you. For some reason, you knew her name, and warned her about the second leader of Faihu village. Su Linglong remembered your words. She always stayed cautious. Sure enough, she discovered the second leader had issues. He was colluding with the authorities. Unfortunately, her father, Su Hu, was way too stubborn. Su Linglong talked until her mouth was sore. Su Hu refused to believe that the second leader would betray the bandits. With no way out when the soldiers came to wipe them out, Su Linglong, who was prepared, hid outside the village ahead of time. Eventually, she escaped through a secret passage. Later, she moved around and arrived at Sanjiangjun. Was discovered by the local Qingtang sect, who found she had mid-level talent. So they took her as a disciple. 7 days ago, all sects in Sanjiangjun joined forces to hunt down the devil, and happened to rescue you. So I've repaid your kindness. I wonder what plans you have for the future, Benefactor. Where should you go from here? 1. Find a small town, and open a martial arts school. Fulfill the wishes of your old comrades. 2. Continue traveling around, and see if you encounter some opportunities. 3. Go find Lao Liu, and take back the Wanhun fan. This big treasure is mine. Wow, can't believe I ran into Su Linglong here. System, you did that on purpose, didn't you? If it was just the simulation, that's fine. But in real life, I really don't want to get too involved with Su Linglong. In the simulation, I already said before, I want to fulfill my comrades' wishes. Besides, just dealing with Wanhun fan alone takes a toll. My body is really weak in the simulation. Continuing to wander would just be suffering. Might as well retire early. Maybe live a few more years. Draw a few more traits. Simulation continues. You say goodbye to Su Linglong, and settle down in Maku Town nearby. A month later, Cheng Martial Arts School is established. After all, the teachings you're planning to use are all martial arts Sun Cheng gave you back in the day. Year 27, age 44. You teach martial arts, never holding anything back. Plus, you charge very low tuition. So many apprentices come seeking you. The martial arts school is thriving. One day, you take a stroll down the street and spot 2 dirty beggars from afar. You look closely. One of them is plump. The beggar with watchful eyes is definitely Dakan. You didn't expect to see Dashan here. And even less did you expect the little girl beside him to be your third sister's daughter. Nan, you anxiously ask what happened. How did you end up here? Where's my third sister? Where's my brother-in-law? Dachan is not very smart, and your barrage of questions makes him scratch his head in panic. Was it Nan who was clever enough to explain everything clearly? Turns out not long after you were sent to the military, Shen Qingshan was also falsely accused of murder. He fought desperately, giving your third sister a chance to escape. In the panic, your third sister could only entrust Nan to Dashen, and she ran deep into the alleys alone. Before separating, she looked back once more. In just a moment, a group of pursuers followed your sister's tracks. Though Dachan is slow, he knew they couldn't stay in Baiyun County anymore. So he took Nan and fled, begged their way to Maku Town, and met you. With you, Daishan and Nan's tough days are over. The two stay at your martial arts school. You're burning with anger inside. Why does the county office insist on harming Shen Qingshan? Right, when I'm nearly at the end of my life, I might as well investigate clearly. Year 28, age 45. Drawing traits. Trait drawn successfully. Demonic aura, green. Wherever a demon passes, it leaves demonic aura behind. Demonic aura becomes visible to your eyes. Year 29, age 46. Drawing traits. Trait drawn successfully. Old ginger is spicier. Your cultivation speed, physical strength, vitality, etc. won't decrease as you age. In fact, the older you get, the faster you cultivate. Can increase up to 5 times. Got another rare trait. And it's epic! Because you and Wan Hanfan are connected, you age faster than normal people. You now meet the condition for old ginger is spicier. You replace serious punch with old ginger is spicier. Dachan and your niece have been living here for more than 2 years now. Dachan helps out with chores every day, doing whatever he can. Nan trains together with the apprentices in the martial arts school. You're surprised to discover she actually has high-level talent. You contact Su Linglong and recommend Nan to join the Qingtang sect. Hopefully she can achieve something in martial arts. Before leaving, you gave Nan the name Shen Saiking. Uncle, take care of your health. You've been coughing more and more these past 2 years. Be sure to take the herbal soup Aunt Linglong gave you on time. Don't complain about the bitterness Shen Saiking kept reminding you before leaving. She just can't stop worrying about you. Year 33, age 50. The bad news is, you're only 50 years old. But your body functions like that of someone in their 80s. The good news is, you're sharper than ever with age. Your cultivation has accelerated even more. Hard work always pays off. With the double effect of experience and sharpness with age, your martial arts level has improved over the years. You've recently broken through to the 3rd stage of spiritual concentration. Year 34, age 51, you hear that there's war starting up again down south. The southern frontier, which had stabilized through political marriage, has become turbulent once more. A powerful empress has risen up, uniting the 100 kingdoms of the southern frontier, and started to launch a counterattack on the central plains. Year 38, age 55, your health is worsening day by day. This fact is also shown by how your cultivation is accelerating. You've reached the 5th stage of spiritual concentration. The fastest improvement from being sharp with age comes when you're close to death. Knowing you don't have much time left, it's time to go to Baiyun County and make the local authorities give you an explanation. You swap hard work pays off for serious punch. Serious punch. When you don't use weapons or skills and only use basic attacks, your strength is increased tenfold. You swap photographic memory for badminton expert. Badminton expert. Your right arm's strength is doubled. If you're left-handed, then it's the opposite. The next day, you arrive at Baiyun County. Beneath the surface calm, there's an undercurrent of trouble. Because of the presence of demonic energy, which you can sense as clear as day, you find demonic energy floating all over Baiyun County. You wonder what's going on with the local Demon Slayer Bureau. Are they letting demons roam into the city? You arrive at the county office, and the aura of killing intent you give off immediately catches the guards' attention. But these ordinary people are nothing in the face of your Jiang-level power. They're no match for you at all. This is the first stop of this simulation. Are you feeling the adrenaline rush? Even among the constables and captains, there are some cultivators. The captain's at a comparable level to you. He fights you to a standstill. The constables try to ambush you with arrows from the shadows, taking advantage of your distractions. The captain suddenly charges with full force, seizing your arrow, thinking victory is in his grasp. But he doesn't realize that hard work is your real strength. Wearing armor, he thinks he can just take your punch head on. But stacking badminton expert and serious punch, you unleash a punch 20 times stronger than usual. The captain dies on the spot. Magistrate, long time no see. Friend, do we know each other? I don't know you, but I knew your father. Didn't expect that the magistrate's position could be inherited. Just how many connections does your family have anyway? The previous fat and piggish magistrate is already dead. The man in front of you is his son, who turned out the opposite, stick-thin and bony. You ask about your old case with Shen Qingshan. The magistrate has no memory of you, but remembers Shen Qingshan very well. Back then, Shen Qingshan fought desperately and took the magistrate's father, the previous magistrate, with him. The current magistrate is spineless. After you shattered 13 of his ribs, he finally confessed the truth. A demon committed crimes in Baiyun County, and the magistrate covered up the murders as human on human. Shen Qingshan noticed the truth and kept investigating, so they had to get rid of him. You're even more confused now. Why cover for the demons? Because, well, Fengyu City stopped talking. Fengyu City is here! Just like before, he drops in out of nowhere. Fengyu City forms a hand seal. 1. 4 pillars of light shoot into the sky. The entire county office is covered by a magic array. A constable shouts, "Master, what are you doing?" The constables are terrified. Fengyu City is Baiyun County's top expert. His power is unfathomable. Catching someone as insignificant as Chen Yi shouldn't require such an array. Fengyu City sneers coldly. Blame that loose-tongued fool. A flash of white light instantly pierces through the magistrate's skull. At this sight, the constables panic in chaos. But the entire office is sealed by the array, and they can't escape. Fengyu City slaughters them all one by one. Soon, only you and Fengyu City are left. At this moment, Fengyu City's face is covered with black markings, just like the demonized old Liu. Fengyu City still remembers you. Chanyi, you're old now. Why'd you come back? If you didn't die on the battlefield, then you could have just stayed in some backwater to survive. Fengyu City doesn't know that's exactly what you did, but ended up getting trapped by old Liu alone. Now your life is almost spent. You know you can win. So you calmly sit down on the steps. Turns out the head of the Demon Slayer Bureau is the demon's protector. What are you after? Seeing you don't want to resist, Fengyu City isn't in a hurry to strike. If demons keep causing trouble for a long time, the court will hold the Demon Slayer Bureau locally responsible. But those beasts feel sick if they don't eat people. So I thought of this: turn every demon murder into a human murder case, and pin it on any unlucky scapegoat. What do the demons give you in return? Power Fengyu City's voice suddenly changes, as if thousands are shrieking at once. Just like you, I have low-grade roots. For people like us with poor talent, martial arts mastery is almost impossible. But the demons can make evil demon pills, helping me break through my natural limits and raise my cultivation again and again. Maybe it's because we share that same kind of talent. Fengyu City is willing to say more to you. Just don't blame me when it's time to go. In a world where strength rules, if I didn't do this, I'd be the one getting butchered. You flip him off silently, saying without words, "Let's settle it in our next life." Simulation ends. Evaluation, photographic memory, loyal secondary soul island. The empire is in turmoil. With the remnants of the sun, you long for old dreams. With all your white hair, you shine in the night. Congratulations! You gained 39 years worth of travel memories. Second, 5th level spiritual concentration cultivation. Third, photographic memory. Experience and sharpness with age and 39 other keywords. Fourth, External martial art, master of Zhengyang technique. Internal, proficient at Lixin technique. Skilled at Burning Cloud hand martial art. Skilled at Shen family spear martial art. System rewards credited instantly. A new guidance quest has appeared. Simulation is on cooldown. 1 year remains. You may choose one of the following guidance quests. Earn a simulation attempt directly. Guidance quest. Leave the Blackstone gang. Take Daishan back to his hometown Bayun County. Reward 1. Extra simulation attempt. 2. Premium keyword draw, times +1. 3. Spirit channeling pills +10. You hear knocking outside. Instructor Chan. Brother, we made some late night snacks. Come and eat. What are we having? Authentic Iron Bull beef noodles. I don't eat beef.
Hey!
The commotion draws in nearby patrol guards. What's going on? It's beef. He doesn't eat beef.
Huh.
What kind of nonsense is that? No need to panic. That one is a traitor. Quick, come with me to the storeroom. I just forced a confession from this traitor. He has accomplices who have already infiltrated the storeroom on duty. Today, they plan to take all the silver from the storeroom. When the patrol captain hears this, he shouts, "They're stealing the money from storage." We can't let that happen. If that happens, we won't get paid next month. By the time everyone rushes to the storeroom, the door is wide open, and a dozen gang members are busy moving boxes out. The patrol captain sees this and gets furious on the spot. All right, you traitors really are stealing the silver. Aguzi, go inform the boss. Everyone else, kill these bastards. These bastards! The gang members moving the boxes look back and see no one behind them. We're just taking some archives and books out to air in the sun to keep them from getting moldy. Before they can explain, the patrol's blades are already at their throats. What are you doing, Wu? Have you lost your mind? The warehouse manager shouted angrily. He started fighting with the patrol leader while they were at each other's throats. I swaggered right into the warehouse. I grabbed a piece of cloth to make a sack. I stuffed all the gold, silver, and jewels on the shelves into it. All of this was squeezed out of poor people. Today I'll act on heaven's behalf. Let this wealth come from the people and go back to the people. Outside, the fourth boss arrived at the warehouse entrance with a group of men. He saw the warehouse manager and the patrol leader, with their men fighting fiercely. His simple mind couldn't process it. Fourth boss, I caught the spy. Fourth boss, he's trying to rebel. Looking at the warehouse manager and the patrol leader, each side telling their own story, he suddenly had an idea. Enough talking. No one can fool me, Shilausi. As long as I wipe you all out, the trouble's gone. The patrol leader cursed angrily. Shilausi, you idiot. The warehouse manager was hopeless enough to want to die. Coming to the Blackstone gang was the worst luck of my life. Let them fight. Let the dogs bite each other. Wait, this mask looks familiar. The mask is all white. There's a black flame pattern on the forehead. Isn't this the one worn by the group that slaughtered Luoding village? Right then, Shilausi outside the door had already wiped out both fighting groups. See, no one can trick me. Shilausi, hey. Shilausi, do you recognize this? I waved the mask at him. Shilausi just glanced at it, then focused on the sack on my back. Chan, what the heck are you doing? Even as the fourth boss, when I need money, I only dared to take a bit in secret. How could you take a whole sack at once? Looking at how dumb he was, I couldn't help but laugh out loud. With this IQ,
He's not even worthy of sitting at the same table as Dachon.
the Blackstone gang goons raised their clubs and yelled at me too. Put down the money they worked so hard to squeeze out. What a racket. I let out my soul-tempering energy. Powerful spiritual energy burst out. The Blackstone gang members were terrified. They didn't even have the guts to fight back. I made a slight move and wiped them all out. Let me ask you again. Do you recognize this mask? Shilausi knew he wasn't my match. His expression became incredibly sincere. Brother Chan, I really don't recognize this mask. Could you show me something I might actually know? I swear I'm not lying. Then you're useless, so you can die now. Looks like, if I want to find out about the mask, I have no choice but to find Boss 13. On the way, some guys from the gang tried to stop me. I had my hands in my pockets, not even knowing what an opponent was. When 13 saw my spiritual energy radiate, he didn't even think about resisting. If only you'd said so sooner, Hiro-chan. You're at the soul summoning stage. You could pick anything you want from the gang. You could even take the position of boss if you want. I'll do any hard labor for you, no problem. Why make things so complicated? With so much money to be made. Damn it, do you recognize this? Yes. Before he could even see what it was, 13 was nodding non-stop. When he finally saw clearly, he was stunned. Where did this come from? Did you carry it, or did someone else? Where was it used? 13 stammered, sweating buckets. After a long while, with the pressure of death looming, 13's brain was going into overdrive. He remembered. That day, it wasn't just the two of you who floated down from upstream. There was another person. That mask was on his face. The mask is very hard to destroy. Seems like spiritual energy just left a mark. Where's that person?
Damn.
Just when I was getting somewhere, the lead was cut off. I was instantly infuriated. Spirit energy gathering. I was about to punch 13 for real. Wait, there's a clue. 13 yelled. That guy was 6'2", had large bones, and was trained in martial arts. His fatal wound was on his chest. He still had fighting spirit. And he had red hair. Red hair, now that's a lead. After all, people in this world don't dye their hair. Either his bloodline is unique, or his martial arts technique is special. Hearing the sound of water, I realized 13 had disappeared. In just this short time, he'd already swum to the middle of the river. He's really good in water. Chanyi, don't underestimate a poor middle-aged man. Just you wait. 13 was still threatening me. I was already mourning him. With the help of the demon aura, I could clearly see a black mist rushing toward him. Looks like the river god didn't wait to be fed, and decided to do it himself. Coming back to my senses, the sky was already bright. I picked up dashan and had a hearty meal first. Lamb-filled buns, with 2 bowls of mung bean soup. It felt amazing. Then we changed into clean clothes and set out for Baiyun County. 3 days later, Dashan and I arrived in Baiyun County. Crossing a ridge, we ran into some old acquaintances. That familiar barrel-shaped beauty. This mountain is mine. This tree is mine. If you want to pass through here, leave a toll. Watching her unable to even get through the opening line, I couldn't help but laugh. Why is it you again? Su Linglong was very curious. Why I said, again? I wasn't interested in small talk, so I released my intoxicated soul-level energy. My cultivation stage was fully revealed. The bandits knew better than to fight, so they all knelt and begged for mercy. I wasn't interested in dealing with them, since the officials would be coming to wipe them out soon anyway. No need to bother. Wait, isn't that person? You, come here, I pointed. That person jumped in fright and walked over trembling. Big hero, what do you need from me? Why is there a patch of red in your hair?
His hair was odd.
Mostly black, but with a streak of red in the middle. I used to be a disciple of the Chixin sect. The external martial art we practice is called Heartfire technique. The deeper your cultivation, the more red hair you have. I heard that the elders in our sect all have a full head of flying red hair. Chixin sect, huh? Finally, a clue. Since they provided a lead, I told them the second boss was the traitor in their midst. Then Deshawn and I hit the road again. When we arrived in Baiyun County, I went to Yulai Inn first. According to the simulation intel, this was the best place to settle Dekan. As soon as we walked in, business arrived, and the enthusiastic proprietress greeted us. Gentlemen, please come in. Are you here to eat or stay? If you stay, we serve 8 dishes per meal and 2 buckets of rice. I know Dachshund can eat, so I ordered extra right away. All right, please head upstairs. Boss lady, don't you think we've met before? The boss lady covers her mouth. She laughs, her flower-like beauty trembling. Sir, do you ask every woman this question when you meet them? Me, Aunt May. I don't like younger guys. I chuckled, pretended nothing happened. Luckily, simulation is just simulation. It's not some parallel timeline. After settling Da-chun, I arrived at third sister's house. The moment we met, third sister burst into tears of joy. By evening, Shen Qingshen also returned. He brought the best fenju from the county to celebrate my survival. That night, I stayed at third sister's house. Sitting on the bed, I activated my spiritual energy, dispelled the effects of the alcohol. Guidance mission accomplished. Congratulations, you received the spirit guiding pill. Stone rewards are being distributed. Please wait. Spirit hiding pill distribution complete. I opened the medicine bottle. Instantly, a refreshing fragrance filled the air. Produced by the system. Guaranteed to be top quality. Extracting special attributes. Extraction successful. Treasure Hunter Purple Epic. Good news? Your nose can now detect certain warranty scents in the area. Bad news, it's not warranty. You can't smell it. As expected, it's a top-tier attribute. With this, I can go search for the soul banner. What? You say that's an evil object. It's because your cultivation level is lacking. Once I reach the pinnacle, scholars will debate for me. But thinking of old Liu's tragic fate, of course I won't go seek the soul banner in person. I'll try it in the simulation first. With the guidance mission completed, the simulator cooldown resets. Simulation starts. Initial equipment. Attribute Simulator Rainbow. Unforgettable. Purple Treasure Hunter. Purple DJ Root. Green. Hard work pays off. Harvested Green Spider. Detection. Green Demonic Aura. Green. You broke free from Blackstone Gang's shackles and personally sent them off physically. After Lawton Village was slaughtered, you and Da-chun finally arrived at Baiyun County. After handing Da-chun 10 kun years of living expenses, you temporarily stayed at third sister's house. Year 1, age 18. Attribute extraction begins. Extraction successful. Impressive, right? Your kumbro is fair. When you use singing, dancing, rap, and basketball skills from the genie is beautiful attribute. The audience is deeply captivated by your charisma. Would you like to adjust the attributes? Whoa, even martial soul fusion skill. You firmly declined. The next morning, you woke up early. Passed by the study, noticed Shen Qingshen was troubled. You asked him about it. He refused to say. Even hid the letter in his hand. You quickly revealed your drunken soul 5th level cultivation, higher than his, by a small realm. He was truly shocked. He told you about the monsters killing people. He suspects someone in the county is colluding with monsters. You told him there's no doubt. You know who the mastermind is. But the mastermind is powerful. You both can't win against him. Shen Qingshen came up with an idea. The Monster Hunt Bureau regularly sends inspectors around. You can expose it then. You and Shen Qingshen agreed to endure for now. Pretend you don't know anything. Wait half a year, until the inspector arrives. That's the plan. You bought a fine horse, rushed overnight to old Yu's hometown, Hongtong County, Wushan Prefecture, Bazhou. For the next 2 months, you visited every village in Hongtong County, even explored the remote wilderness, yet found nothing by scent. Is my nose not working? Impossible, system produced. No chance of an error. The only explanation is the soul banner hasn't appeared yet. Last simulation, it was year 17. Old Liu got the soul banner then, to make sure nothing in Hongtong County changes because of your arrival. You decided to come just in time to cut it off. After returning to Baiyun County, the bureau's inspector arrived. The county town was festively decorated. Firecrackers non-stop. You heard the Abyss County magistrate personally went out to greet the inspector that day. You secretly observed for a while, found that the inspector did not accept banquets or gifts. You figured he's likely not with Fengyu City. But you're naturally cautious. You'll never rush in yourself. In the blink of an eye, 2 months passed. The inspector was about to leave Baiyun County. That day, the fat magistrate and Fengyu City both went to see him off. On the main street, a farm woman suddenly dashed out to block the road. An assassin! Detain her quickly! The fat magistrate commanded. Police officers on both sides drew their swords and advanced. Stop! The inspector yelled. He glanced at the farm woman and spoke calmly. A rural woman without cultivation. How could she assassinate me? You stepped up to speak. The farm woman knelt and banged her head on the ground. Please, sir, help me seek justice. What's your grievance? Come to the yamen. I'll stand up for you. The fat magistrate tried to interrupt the inspector. The inspector glared at him. County magistrate, what is it? Are you afraid I might find out? Say it right here. It's this corrupt official. The farmer pointed at the fat magistrate. There are monsters killing people in our village. But he pinned the crime on my husband. My poor crippled husband. He struggles just to get on the bed usually. How could he kill 18 people overnight? Hearing this, the fat magistrate trembled in panic. Fengyu City's expression changed dramatically. He quietly stepped back, shielding others behind him. As the farmer cried, more and more townsfolk came forward, kneeling before the inspector. Some had relatives killed by monsters. Some had family members falsely accused by the yamen. Inspector, don't listen to these troublemakers spouting nonsense. Baiyun County is clean and lawful. How could there be monsters? The fat magistrate kept trying to argue. Shen Qingshen's appearance crushed his last hopes. Inspector, this is the monster distribution map for Baiyun County that I drew. There are 3 monster nests. Please take a look. Shen Qingshen. The map he presented was based on your demonic aura detection. You hid in the crowd, closely watching Fengyu City. At this point, Fengyu City was already at the back of the crowd, clearly trying to escape. You didn't risk going up to intercept him. Instead, you called out loudly, Fengyu City truly is Baiyun County's #1 expert. He escaped before anyone could react. After settling the situation with Fengyu City, Baiyun County has finally returned to peace. Are you planning to check out the Chixin sect? After all, the red-haired clue leads there. On your 19th year, you start drawing entries. Entry drawn successfully. The strictest father among the winged clan, Jin. When fighting against non-human races, your attack power increases 100-fold. Damage from non-humans against you is unconditionally weakened 100-fold. At the same time, you can't be manipulated by the winged clan in any way. Those not of our kind must have different intentions. Fight, brave warrior. Wow! You excitedly jump up. Special agent against non-human races. I hit non-humans and it's super painful for them. When non-humans hit me, it barely hurts. The golden entry card is a must. Simulating. You can only switch entries once a year during the draw. In case you run into the demonic clan, not having this entry would be a huge loss. You replace the entry with the strictest father among the non-humans. Hard work always brings rewards. 2 months later, you arrive at Chixing sect. Although your talent isn't great, your cultivation is decent. Chixing sect agrees to let you join. This isn't a disciple's status, but rather an inner member. As an inner member, you don't need to formally become an apprentice to learn the sect's techniques. You can get resources for cultivation. But you'll also be assigned certain duties, like contributing to the sect's operations or management. You've been assigned to the patrol team. Every day, you follow the patrol team and just walk around the outskirts of the sect. You can spend the rest of your time cultivating on your own or doing something else. In your 20th year, you start drawing entries again. Entry drawn successfully. You need to learn foreign languages, Green. Your language talent is maxed out. You can master new languages at an exceptionally fast rate. Learning efficiency doubles when taught by someone else. Would you like to adjust your entries? You choose no. A year has passed since you came to Chixin sect. You're now familiar with everything about this sect. Just like that bandit said before, since most people in Chixin sect practice physical arts, because of the side effects from the heartfire technique, the more skilled you are at it, the more red hairs you have. In Chixin sect, you basically identify people by their hair. A nobody with just a streak of red hair. Turns out you're a senior with half a head of red hair. Respect to my senior. So this is the elder with an entire head of red hair. So elegant. You've mastered the greeting style used by members of Chixin sect. Over the past year, with only a low-grade root bone, your cultivation progress has been slow, still stuck at the 5th level of spirit gathering. The investigation has also hit a dead end. So far, no useful intelligence has been found. There is only one strange thing. There is an ancient tower within the sect. Every time you pass by here while patrolling with the team, your spider sense tingles, giving you goosebumps all over. Senior brother Lin, what's inside that tower? That is the place where the ancestor meditates in seclusion. Without being summoned, the consequences of breaking in are very serious. Someone was reckless enough to break in before, and was subsequently killed ruthlessly by the ancestor. Year 4, age 21. Starting trait extraction. Extraction successful. Silent step. When you intentionally control your footsteps, you can move without making a sound. When you remain perfectly still, divine sense cannot detect your existence. Adjust traits? This trait is useful. It will help me investigate clues in the Chixin sect. Which one should I swap out? You replaced monster aura with silent step. On this day, when you patrolled past the ancient tower, you found that the spider sense did not respond. That's right. Recently, Qingzhou held some kind of sect exchange conference. The ancestor took a group of outstanding disciples and went out. You feel that this is an opportunity. You have searched most places in the sect, except for this ancient tower which you've never entered. After dark, you quietly approach the ancient tower. Spider sense still doesn't react, indicating that entering here is safe. You climbed to the top of the tower, found a window that wasn't tightly closed, and gathered your courage to slip inside. This tower has a total of 7 floors. You wandered from the 1st floor to the 7th floor. Every floor was empty, with no furnishings at all. But the floor was very strange. The floor of every level was carved with complex patterns that followed a certain rhythm. You couldn't understand them, but you still observed carefully, intending to use photographic memory to memorize them all and study them later. Suddenly, the runes beneath your feet lit up. At the same time, the spider sense began to respond frantically. At the critical moment, you dodged and jumped out of the window. As the red light became more intense, 2 strange dark shadows slowly emerged. A teleportation array. This is a spatial formation. How could a second-rate sect like the Chixin sect have one? The people inside the tower are talking, but you can't understand what they are saying. You regret not learning foreign languages. Did you bring anyone? You understood this sentence? But you remained motionless. Under the effect of the concealment, the people inside cannot detect you through divine sense. After waiting for a while longer, suddenly a strange wave of energy arrived. You suffered internal injuries, but you still remained motionless. Whether there's anyone here or not, since they dare not show their faces, they must be weaklings. The agony-infusing demonic sound I just released should be enough to kill them. The master is indeed thorough. I'm impressed, truly impressed. You secretly rejoiced. Thanks to the alien race's strictest father, the damage taken was reduced 100-fold. The teleportation array lit up again, and the two figures disappeared. But the spider sense was still there, meaning the danger had not left. You continued to stay still. After waiting for an hour, the danger finally left. Tonight was truly a close call. I almost ended the simulation early. Fortunately, there were some gains. Year 15, age 32. You used Monster Aura to replace Silent Step. In the blink of an eye, you have been in the Chixin sect for 15 years. You have gone from a lowly gate guard to a patrol captain. On this day, you still clocked in for work as usual. In the mountain forests on the outskirts of the sect, you suddenly saw a massive amount of monster aura, dense enough to form mist. A monster tide. Monsters from all over the mountains and plains rushed out of the forest. Damn, isn't this just a second-rate sect? Is it necessary for so many monsters to come? Aren't they overestimating the Chixin sect a bit too much? All the disciples, members, and elders in the sect, as well as the sect master and ancestor who are usually rarely seen, all made an appearance. Everyone watched from the mountain as the monster army swept forward. All of them were stunned. However, it wasn't over yet. The sky was covered with dark clouds, and greenish-blue scales flickered in and out of sight. A colossal creature was moving through the clouds. Accompanied by dull thunder, the giant beast's head emerged from the clouds, the monster saint beast, the azure dragon. My god, what divine law did my Chixin sect break to attract such a powerhouse? At this moment, even the strongest sect master had no will to fight, kneeling on the ground in despair. The Chixin sect is finished. I can't be buried here with them. Others might not be able to run, but you have legendary traits. It's not that there's no chance. The winged race's strictest father trait activates. Your damage dealt to the winged race is increased 100-fold. Damage dealt by the winged race to you is reduced 100-fold. You fought your way through the encirclement, fleeing towards the back mountain. From a distance, you saw Elder Yin Rui of the Pavilion of Techniques being attacked by a pig demon. He was sent flying by the pig demon's fierce charge, but he protected the box in his arms desperately and wouldn't let go. No need to guess, there must be treasures in that box. Seeing the other party in danger, you took decisive action. The alien race's strictest father trait activates. 100-fold attack power. One punch sent the thick-skinned pig demon to meet its ancestors. Seeing how fierce you were, he was greatly shocked.
He quickly handed the box on his shoulder to you.
Chanyi, these techniques are the most important treasures of my Chixin sect. Take them and leave. The future revival of the Chixin sect depends entirely on you. Elder Yin, what about you? The Chixin sect has raised me all my life. Today it is in trouble. I am willing to live or die with it. Go! Chanyi, I will hold them off for a moment for you. I only hope that one day you can revive the sect. You were deeply moved, and ran even faster with the box on your back. A few days later, you arrived at East Pond Town, and rented a small courtyard. The exhaustion from the flight erupted at this moment. After waking up, you began to organize what you had gained. Opening the box, a pile of techniques met your eyes. They are all high-level techniques. No wonder Yin Rui risked his life to protect them. You picked up one at random to read. I'm rich. These are high-level techniques. Ordinary martial artists wouldn't see one in their entire lives. After that, you resided temporarily in this small town, swapping for more advanced external and internal techniques to learn high-level martial arts. Year 16, age 33, extracting trait. Extraction successful. The sole true seer of the game. Epic. You can designate one target every day to verify if the other party is a good person or a bad person. Adjust traits. You used the sole true seer of the game to replace spider sense. You used roaming dragon and playing phoenix to replace monster aura. Since there's nothing to do this year anyway, might as well have a good time for a year. But only for this 1 year. Must get back to business next year. Next year will be the 17th year. It's time to obtain the 10,000 souls banner. In the days that followed, you spent your days studying techniques and your nights practicing skills. Life felt really fulfilling. Your external technique was replaced with heart-refining profound art. Your internal technique was replaced with pure yang spirit guiding profound art. Both are fire attributes. Advanced methods helped you progress rapidly. Your cultivation levels soared non-stop. Happy days are always short. 1 year's deadline is tomorrow. Tonight you plan to indulge yourself for one last evening. On your way to the Chengxiang brothel, you spot two figures in the distance, blocking your path. Brother Gao, the princess has been poisoned by the passion flower. If the toxin isn't cured tonight, her life is in danger. To cure the passion flower poison, only positive young energy can enter her body. But you and I are eunuchs, so we have to catch someone else. And there just happens to be a man nearby. But heard those words and stopped abruptly. A man nearby. Could they mean me? As you look up, the short man is already 5 steps in front of you.
He chuckles and says,
Yes, we're talking about you. You try to walk away, but he grabs you and tosses you over his shoulder. Your opponent's strength is overwhelming. You, at level 8, have no power to resist. The scenery on both sides rushes by. You don't know when. You've left the town and arrived in front of a cave. You look inside the cave and see the most unforgettable sight of your life. It's dimly lit inside. A woman seems to be lying on a stone platform in the center. You move closer. She's wearing a dragon robe. Her identity is obvious. You're immediately captivated by her. But it's not because you're lecherous. She's just that beautiful. You've overheard everything. We need your help. After it's done, you need to pretend tonight never happened. You think it over, surprised that she's a princess. Absolutely, without a doubt. Will I survive after it's over? The short man sneers. If you don't help, you won't survive right now. Enough talk. You have 1 incense stick's time. Let's go, second brother. With that, the two turn and leave. You don't hesitate and stride into the cave. The morning sun shines into the cave. You both lock eyes. The atmosphere is a little awkward. He finally breaks the silence and tells you his story. Turns out his name is Li Lingyu, titled Princess of 100 Flowers.
He ended up here.
Because he was on his way to Nanjiang Dashi Kingdom for an arranged marriage. It happened this morning. She didn't want to marry the king of Dashi, that old fat, ugly guy, so she made a clever move halfway and escaped from the wedding procession. Unfortunately, the former emperor arranged for 2 personal guards for her, both experts at concentrated spirit stage. They caught up with her. She's tough-willed and refused to give in. Spotting a poisonous plant, heartbreak grass, she swallowed it without hesitation. Unexpectedly, she was wrong. It wasn't heartbreak grass, but passion flower. The rest, you already know. Princess 100 Flowers looks at you. She wants to say something, but after thinking, stays silent. But you guessed her feelings. Do you want me to take you away?
Hearing this,
A glimmer flashes in the princess's eyes. But you're no match for Uncle Gao and Uncle AI. Next time might be different. Princess, we're coming in. The short guard walks in and checks on the princess, making sure she's fine, then throws a punch at you. Stop. The princess steps between you, unwavering. Princess, you must not have needless compassion. This concerns royal reputation. This man cannot be left alive. The princess strides forward, revealing a commanding royal aura. Royal reputation? Ridiculous. What reputation does a royal family have if it trades women for peace? The tall guard lowers his head and salutes. Princess, this isn't the time to discuss politics. If this man isn't eliminated, and today's scandal spreads, your life will be in danger in Nanzhong. What scandal? Chen Lang and I are truly in love. What's scandalous about that? You feel the princess's aura is at its peak. She's nothing like the weak woman earlier. In the end, the princess shields you forcefully. But the marriage alliance still has to go on. When it's time to part, she's in tears. It really feels like she's fallen in love with you. Who knows when you'll meet again? It won't be too long. You whisper in your heart. For you, you'll see her next simulation. But for the princess, it's a lifetime after lifetime. Year 17, age 34. You replace Dancing Dragon and Phoenix with Demonic Aura. You replace the only one in the arena with Spider Sense. True seer. You've finally reached a key turning point in this life. You've arrived near the Liu family's grave. From afar, you see old Liu kneeling in front of the tombstone, mourning. You're so pitiful. This damn world. As he cries, the grave suddenly explodes. A black banner wrapped in black mist flies out. The 10,000 souls banner falls. Thick black mist rises up. The sound of harsh laughter echoes. A face appears in the mist, features unclear. Oh, sorrowful you go, son of Liu Lo Ju. Do you desire power? Yes, I want power. I want to shatter injustice and darkness in this world. I want everyone who bullies me to live in fear. Oh, my friend, you're a true warrior. Then come, grasp the power from the abyss and nightmares. Though you may pay a small price. But what does that matter? Old Yu now appears insane. He's clearly bewitched by the 10,000 souls banner.
Ambush.
This is too great a fortune. You can't handle it. Let Big Bro take it. The 10,000 souls banner, seeing old Liu is useless, flies toward you instead. Do you desire power? Its voice resonates with your soul, with a strong bewitching effect. But you have the strictest father of all clans, immune to all clan enchantments. The 10,000 souls banner isn't human, so it also counts as a clan member. It senses something's wrong, and increases its enchantment. Friend, do you desire to shatter this world's darkness and injustice? You snatch the 10,000 souls banner's body. So you're really the 10,000 souls banner, right? Whatever. You start punching the 10,000 souls banner like crazy.
Damn.
What a worthless fake product. The banner is torn, but the black mist hasn't faded. You bastard. I finally found a clean black banner and you destroyed it. What is going on with you? Aren't you the 10,000 souls banner? Why are there no bodies here? Nonsense, I'm an artifact spirit. Even without a main body, I can still exist. Just will grow weaker and weaker. Need to find a sucker fast. Find a fated person to help each other out. After some friendly exchange, you've got a basic understanding of the 10,000 souls banner. This guy is really just a massive artifact spirit. Its main body is missing, but it can attach to any item. The closer the item is to its original form and quality, the more power it can unleash. Little brother, you finally made it here today. As long as you accept me as your master. From now on, I'll help you marry a noble lady, attain high positions in the kingdom, and reach the peak of martial arts. Accepting you as my master is no problem. How exactly are you going to help me reach the peak of martial arts? Easy, just kill more people. When those fresh lives have just died, when their souls haven't dispersed yet, give those delicious souls to me. I'll refine those souls. Obtain their soul power. We'll split it 70-30. You advance your cultivation. I restore my spirit body. We'll grow stronger together. I'll take 70%. Isn't that a bit much? You'll get 30. I'll get 70. Raise your pot-sized fist. The 10,000 soul banner is rising. Wow, that's my bottom line. When Kirin finished speaking, it showed its power. A strong burst of white light flashed. The shattered black banner was restored. And thus you both formed a strategic partnership. Of course, it's not about killing people. It's about slaying monsters. Starting from today, work with me to defeat demons and evil spirits. Collect all the fierce ghosts and evil spirits in the world. Laogu Village in Hongtong County. A group of villagers are praying to the mountain god. They push a girl about 5 or 6 years old toward the statue. The statue's face is ferocious, and its form is ugly. Who knows which god it represents? Suddenly, the statue's eyes lit up. Folks, the mountain god has accepted our offerings. All our wishes will come true. Great, next year will definitely be another bumper harvest. Mountain god, please enjoy this delicious offering. The villagers are extremely excited. Let go of the girl. Where did this madman come from? How dare you offend the mountain god? Foreigner, you're not welcome here. Please leave. Foolish. There has never been any savior, nor do we rely on gods. If the emperor wants people to be happy, he can only rely on himself. After saying that, you stride forward. With a simple punch, you smash the statue to pieces. Suddenly, a fierce wind arose. Bold maniac, destroying my incense offerings. Statue, do you know your crime? The voice echoed again, shaking everyone's ears. The mountain god has manifested. All the villagers are prostrating on the ground, kneeling non-stop towards the broken statue, praying over and over. Mountain god, spare us. The one who broke the statue is this despicable outsider. Our Lagu village has always respected you. Villain, prepare to die. A fierce green light shot toward you, striking your back. You remain unmoved. He was bounced back instead. The green light refuses to give up, attacking you from all angles with multiple waves. With the top father of the winged tribe suppressed 100 times, this level of attack is barely a tickle. When you're done messing around, you slap away the green light, revealing the monster's true form, a filthy, skinny, gray-furred Wolf. And it's wearing a weird, mismatched hat. Useless. What else can you do besides getting saliva all over me? The Wolf demon gave it everything it had. Seeing that only your hem was slightly dirty, it got so ashamed and angry that it couldn't catch its breath, and went to meet the ancestral gods. A god has descended. The villagers turn and kneel to you non-stop. You're speechless at these ignorant villagers. You warn them never to sacrifice people again. Then you leave Lagu village. The monster was killed. Its soul was absorbed. Why does it feel like my cultivation hasn't improved at all? It's not that fast. Refining, my friend, takes time. And the number is too small. Look at those villagers just now. Utterly ignorant. A waste of food. Kill them all. The 10,000 soul banner is tempting you again. But it is useless against your golden trait. Year 18, age 35. You chase monster energy with the 10,000 soul banner, slaying demons and evil spirits everywhere. Because there's monster energy, you can distinguish the strength of monsters. So you basically never mess up. As monster souls accumulate in the 10,000 soul banner, its efficiency in improving your cultivation gets faster. Year 20, age 37. Because you practice heart insight profound art, more and more of your hair turns red. Now you have flowing red hair. Plus, you slay monsters everywhere. You're gaining fame in the martial world. Some folks have given you the nickname Red-Haired Demon Slayer. People call you Red Hair for short. Year 22, age 39. Your martial arts realm has risen to Gathering Spirit level 12. Your training of the 12 meridians is complete. But your DJ aptitude is holding you back. You just can't break through into the soul refining stage. Soul breakthrough, soul breakthrough. That's my specialty. The 10,000 soul banner is tempting you again. It throws out a soul-penetrating array. You need to gather 10,000 living souls. It'll help you break through the bottleneck of the soul refining stage. After you communicate with your punch full of affection, the 10,000 soul banner revises the array. Only 300 monster souls are required. Just find it a body with mid-level spiritual energy, and you can activate the soul-penetrating grand array. Year 28, age 45. You are drawing traits. As your martial arts level rises, more green and purple shimmer appears in your trait pool. But they're still spinning rapidly, hard to catch. Extraction successful. A flash of inspiration. Sometimes you'll get sudden flashes of insight. You might get a superb idea, or instantly have an epiphany. Let's hope it's not a bad idea. Adjust trait or not. A low-end version of an enlightenment trait. Not much use. Slots are tight for now. Save it for later? You chose no. Over the years, you've been slaughtering monsters everywhere. Collecting souls while trading monster materials, you've earned lots of spirit stones. You arrive at the armory tower. Ask an artifact master to forge a spiritual body for the 10,000 soul banner. 3 days later, the skilled master crafted for you a high-level spiritual version of the 10,000 soul banner. Looking at the freshly made, cool, smoke-spewing black banner, he was bewildered. What kind of banner is this? Because of the fame of the red-haired demon slayer, he believed your explanation. 2.5 days later, you arrive at Nanyang County, just one county over. Here lives a martial artist specializing in arrays. He settled down here. Your old acquaintances. Brother Modi, I need you to help me set up an array. It's about whether I can break through the soul refining stage. Please, whether it succeeds or not, I've prepared a payment in spirit stones. Brother Chun, forget about payment. It's just setting up an array. It's no trouble at all. Do you have the array blueprint? Let me take a look. I'll set it up for you right away. You take out the soul-penetrating array blueprint. This formation looks extremely complicated. Anyway, for an outsider like you, there's no difference between the blueprint and the heavenly script. Mo Yi glanced at it. His earlier calmness instantly vanished. Brother Chun, let's talk about revenge instead. Seems it's not just a simple task. Several days later, after multiple attempts and failures, Mo was covered in dirt and dust, looking just like an auto mechanic. From the trench you helped him dig for array patterns. He jumped out. All right, it's running. It started successfully. All channels are lit up. Temporary consumption is normal. No explosion. No extinguishing function. Testing is normal. You feel he's a bit like your past life profession as a programmer. No idea if his formation has any bugs. After the formation is successfully set up, you gave him his reward. Mo the sensibly left on his own. He wasn't interested in prying into your secrets. Anyone who lives long enough in the world knows. Lack of boundaries leads to an early death. Time to break through the 10,000 souls banner. It's your turn to perform.
Now,
The 10,000 souls banner, with its advanced spiritual energy body, is imposing. When the banner unfurls,
it blocks out the clouds and sun.
it's like a dense mist from hell, directly enveloping half a mountain. 300 demon souls are released. A large number of spirit stones burn within the formation. The formation begins to operate. Are you ready? It'll be very painful when the spiritual energy tempers your body. Your gaze is resolute. Your Tao heart is as firm as iron. Such pain. If I so much as frown, I lose. As the demon souls flow into your body, the 10,000 souls banner is utterly shocked. Its previous owners were all strong-minded, yet all of them suffered terribly. But not only did you not frown, you didn't even blink. You pulled off an impressive act. You replaced the super beast's pain sensation ahead of time. Now you don't feel a single bit of pain. All 300 demon souls have been consumed. The black mist disperses. A beam of golden light descends. You feel completely comfortable. Unable to hold back, you let out a long howl. Emerald Soul Realm. You have successfully entered the Emerald Soul Realm. It's joyful to step into the Emerald Soul Realm. But this is only one hurdle in the long martial path. Many mountains still await you up ahead. For someone with average talent like you, scaling those mountains is even harder. Feels like I'm living that mortal cultivation vibe. Year 29, age 46. You're extracting entries. Extraction successful. Rebellious tendon. If you only have DJ roots. And no special physique. Nor has your body been reforged by rare treasures. Once you understand divine abilities, you won't be bound by heaven and earth rules. And your comprehension of divine abilities is increased tenfold. Cultivate central plane sorrow in the mundane world. All is empty, everything departs. Ordinary, but not mediocre. Would you like to adjust the entry? Legendary level entry. and it perfectly fits your current situation. Of course you'll take it. As your power grows, those scattered little demons in Great Kian, you don't care about them anymore. You decide to challenge East Wilderness. Before setting out, you first visit Yulaikin in Bayun County. Business is still booming. This time you took away the 10,000 souls banner. No demon cultivator came to massacre the city. You met Da Chun. He's enjoying his life at the inn. He does odd jobs every day. Every meal includes meat. You gave the proprietress a sum of silver. Asked her to look after Da Chun more. He was thrilled. Agreed repeatedly. Then you went to Third Sister's place. Knocked on the door and waited a moment. Elder brother's face peeked out from inside. You see his fat face and big ears? He sees your strange hair color. You both scare each other. Grandpa, where did the Shen Kingshan family next door move to? Shen. What Shan? Shen Kingshan, Grandpa. What Kingshan? Seeing Grandpa wants to mess with you. You decisively pull out your flaming iron greatsword. As shattered stones fly everywhere, Grandpa immediately sits up straight. You say so. The Shen family, since Shen Kingshan was taken away, their family fell on hard times. Couldn't live in the city anymore. Moved to the countryside. Who took Shen Kingshan away? Two martial artists descended from the sky. Descended from the sky. You're stunned. Martial artists who can soar through the air are at least martial king realm. They're top class in all of Great Kian. Why would they take Shen Kingshan? And two of them at that. You get Third Sister's address from the kindly old man. Travel all the way to Huang village. From a distance, you see a group of thugs causing trouble. Third Sister and her daughter are surrounded by them. The gang leader has a wicked grin. Chan Yu, be good. Marry your daughter to old Master Zhang or else. Or else what? You suddenly show up. Startle the thug leader. He's about to curse. Then he sees your flowing red hair. His eyes dart. Or else we'll never bother you again. Has Zhao Liu tested my 10,000 soul sword? You move quickly. Ordinary people can't see anything. Before they realized what happened, it was already over. You're kind-hearted and spared their lives. Just left them with lifelong disabilities and a bit of psychological trauma. What happened? Third Sister sighs. Tells you what happened over the years. 10 years ago, Shen Kingshan was forcibly taken away. Third Sister's family lost their support. Old Master Zhang wants to forcefully marry Shen Saiking. Third Sister refuses. So he kept making trouble for her. Brought thugs to Third Sister's house to smash things. Forced mother and daughter to move. Third Sister runs a small business to support the family. The Zhang sent people to cause trouble. Smashed Third Sister's stall, and forced her to pay for lost wages. Third Sister had no choice. Took her daughter and hid out in the countryside, but still couldn't escape the Zhang family's harassment. The Zhang family?
Tomorrow.
An unknown demon cultivator will be passing through Bayun County. Please be ready to greet them. By the way, who took Third Sister's husband away? Chan Yun recalls what happened 10 years ago. What? I'm the bloodline descendant of your Xinkangshan family. Lost in the martial realm. Yes, you're one of us, a dignified martial king. Why would I lie to a small emerald soul realm cultivator like you? Young man, our Shen family is an ancient clan, residing in a star domain 9 heavens away. All kinds of martial resources far surpass those in the martial realm. Enough talk, let's go. This is your opportunity. Can I take my wife and daughter with me? No, your status is too low. Not qualified to bring family from outside the domain. If you really want to bring your wife and daughter over, only after you gain higher status in the Shen family will it become possible. After those two finished speaking, they forcibly took your brother-in-law away. How did they leave? With a sudden leap, they soared straight into the sky. It's strange. What made them so sure that your third brother-in-law was part of the Shen family? Your brother-in-law asked them about it at the time. That chubby old man replied. Anyone who can cultivate the Zhengyang technique is a member of the Shen family. If they're outsiders, they can't train in the Shen family's inherited martial arts. Why doesn't luck like that ever come to me? Why am I not some hidden branch of a big family? Wait, didn't I also practice Jenyang technique? During the second simulation, third brother-in-law gave me 4 intermediate level techniques. Jenyang technique was actually the internal skill I focused on. That time I had the trait, hard work always pays off. Hard work always pays off. As long as you persist in doing something, you're sure to reap rewards. Though it might not be a lot. So it's not that I have Shen family blood. It's just that the trait let me master Jenyang technique. Maybe next time in the simulation I could intercept third brother-in-law. Anyway, it doesn't affect reality. The tidal bore rises on the Qianting River. Today I finally realize I'm Shen Yi. The simulation continues. The next day, you left some money for your third sister. Then you departed. But of course, you didn't really leave for good. You took your wine barrel and headed to Baiyun County. Rumor has it, a demonic martial artist paid a visit to the Zhang family. He went into a rage because the tofu pudding was salty. He slaughtered the entire Zhang clan. Ever since then, all tofu pudding in Baiyun County has been sweet. Year 31, age 49. You kept heading east, embarking on a new journey. On this day, you crossed the boundary between the Central Plains and East Wilderness, the Kankyong Ridge. It's the longest mountain range crossing north to south within the 5 domains, with the highest average elevation. You officially set foot on the land of East Wilderness. There are barely any people here. In sight are towering trees everywhere, deep mountains and old forests. But East Wilderness isn't completely uninhabited. The most powerful sect in the martial domain, Wuji Sword Sect, is located here. For thousands of years, Wuji Sword Sect has been humanity's first line of defense against the wild demon clans of the Great Wilderness. The first defensive line. So it's highly respected by martial artists in the martial domain. Year 32, age 50. You changed to Zhang again. Old ginger is still spicier. Your combat power won't weaken with age. You can trace demon tracks with demon aura. Spider sense lets you predict danger. When strong demonic beasts appear, you always avoid them ahead of time. Thanks to having the strictest father among all clans, you really enjoyed slaughtering demons in East Wilderness. You collected more demon souls this year than in the past 5 or 6 years combined. The only pity is, there's nowhere to sell the demon clan materials you gathered. It's hard to even spot a living person here. Who would you sell them to? You can't very well sell to demons, can you? Your cultivation progressed rapidly, reaching Soul Refiner 4 refined stage. Whoa, not bad. As long as there are enough demon souls.
Cultivation advances smoothly.
There's no bottleneck whatsoever. The Myriad Soul banner was extremely pleased. Didn't everyone say I was immortal? It thought I was joking with it. You followed the demon aura of a Soul Refiner stage demon and arrived at a valley. The valley had towering cliffs on both sides, with limited space inside. Overgrown with weeds. There's only an entrance less than 3 meters wide. As soon as you entered the valley, your spider sense started going off. Wait, it's way too quiet around here. Scenery, get lost. When you were about to leave the valley, you found that the entrance was already blocked by a giant bull demon. A loud eagle cry resonated throughout the sky. Looking up in the sky, several eagle demons were glowering at you fiercely. And that's not all. Under the overgrown weeds in the valley, countless demon clan members. A gold-furred rat demon slowly crawled out in front. Red-haired human, let's see where you run today. Didn't expect you demons to know strategy, huh? Of course you treat us like wild rabbits to kill. In these 2 years you slaughtered so many of our brothers, and imprisoned our souls in that old banner of yours, using us as your tools, depriving us of peace even in death. You scratched your face awkwardly. Standing from the demon's perspective, you really are a devil. Let him go. With the Golden Rat King's command, 10,000 demons charged. The ground shook violently. Fierce demonic aura rushed at you. You were totally unfazed. You summoned the flame iron greatsword and prepared to face the enemy. Come on, let me show you the wrath of a father. Because of the strictest father among the winged clan, you deal massive critical damage to the demons. Basically, one punch, one down. They also deal massive damage to you. But even weakened demons at gold body level can't break your defenses. Your red hair flows wildly. You dominate the battlefield. Your aura overwhelms the land. This desperate situation ignites your fighting spirit. You can't help but want to compose a poem. Brothers, attack. If this fiend isn't eliminated, none of us will have peace. Swear to kill him to the death. The demon clan actually started chanting slogans first. They're charging at you regardless of sacrifice. They launch wave after wave towards you. Suddenly you feel a surge of pressure. The demons are dying so valiantly. You are moved and punch even harder. Your sword never tires, but your stamina is limited. You're getting more and more exhausted, and accumulating more and more injuries. The tide of demons shows no sign of subsiding. You try to break out, but the only exit in the valley is firmly blocked by a bull demon like a tank. You have no choice but to keep fighting. After fighting fiercely for half a day, you've lost track of the number you've slain. Corpses of demons are piled up like mountains beneath your feet. You're standing atop a heap of demon bodies over 10 meters high, holding the banner of 10,000 souls in one hand, and a heavy flame iron broadsword with a dulled edge in the other. Eventually you've reached your limit. Under the demon sea tactics, they exhaust you completely. One more charge will finish you off. You're definitely done for. The banner of 10,000 souls throws shade by your side, bro. You're not cutting it either. If I'd known this would happen, you might as well have given me your energy. Hey, man. This young friend of the demonic path, I've been watching you for a while. You're clearly only at the soul tempering stage. So why are you giving these demons such a hard time? Though you wield the banner of 10,000 souls, I'm not on the demonic path. Just a demon-slaying wanderer traveling the world. Seeing another human arriving, the golden-furred rat king panics. Quick, kill the red-haired human. Don't let him escape. A group of elite demons charges at you for a final assault. You grip your dulled long sword tightly, ready to expend the last of your strength, to end your life in this battle. Just at that moment, an invisible force lifts you up securely, lifting you into the air on the spot, flying out of the valley from above. A bird demon tries to chase you. That old guy casually sends out a blade of sword energy. The old demon instantly straightens up and crashes straight down. Having dealt with the pursuers, the flying sword immediately accelerates. In the blink of an eye, you arrive at a mountain peak. Thank you for the rescue, Elder. Chan Yu will never forget this kindness. Regardless of whether you're with the righteous or demonic path, you're still one of our human race. From what I see in your banner of 10,000 souls, there are only demon souls, no human souls. So I'll trust you a little. You secretly feel relieved, because old man Zhang's family souls were too weak. They were already devoured by demon souls. By the way, do you happen to have a special physique that restrains demons? Even with the banner of 10,000 souls helping, handling so many demons, and those above your cultivation level, is honestly miraculous. Yeah, exactly. I really do have a special physique. The bane of demons. What a true demon bane. Too bad you were only born with DJ level foundations. Reaching the soul tempering stage is already impressive. You likely won't break through in this lifetime. Otherwise, you'd have broken the balance between the two clans. Maybe out of respect for your special physique, he gives you a jade token. He says in a crisis, just infuse it with spiritual energy. You can call for help from the nearby Wujian Sword sect. Their disciples will sense it. They'll come to your rescue. Great, if you can't win, just call for backup. It's the #1 Wujian Sword sect in the 5 realms. Year 41, age 59. With the banner of 10,000 souls feeding back, you've reached the peak of soul tempering, just one step away from the gold body stage. But this one step, you've been stuck on for 4 years. You just can't break through, right? Bro, with your foundation, no amount of cultivation will get you to gold body. Come on, seriously. You at least have some immortal energy. Isn't there any way for me to break through to gold body? There is one way. As long as you find a geomantic vein, I can help you break through. A geomantic vein, as it's called, can be understood as the essence of Earth gathering spiritual energy over countless days. Earth essence, but this thing is alive. It moves around in the land. Year 42. Age 60, you come down with treasure nose syndrome. Traveling everywhere looking for geomantic veins. Year 43, age 61, you haven't rested a single day. You've trekked across all the famous mountains and great rivers, still searching for geomantic veins. Year 47, age 65, autumn leaves, winter comes and goes unnoticed. You're now in your old age, still searching for geomantic veins. You've basically been living as a wild man these years, migrant with no fixed home, wandering everywhere. One day, while washing by the lake, untangling your knotted beard, suddenly you smell a strange fragrance. A precious treasure has appeared. Your treasure rush kicks in. You dash frantically towards the scent. A gale blows over your head. You look up, thunder rumbles. Heavy leaden clouds slowly split open. Several streaks of light flash by, all heading in the direction of those wings. You see, in the distance, 9 massive beasts with dragon horns and 4 hooves, pulling a magnificent golden carriage, soaring through the sky at lightning speed. Absolutely stunning. Classic 9 dragon chariot fancy. Just as you say that, an even bigger boss arrives. A giant bronze ship sweeps across the sky, like an aircraft carrier flying in the air. You're absolutely shocked. The appearance of this treasure has caused a huge commotion, attracting major figures from all directions. You know, there's no way you'll get it, but you need to experience this, so you can inherit this memory. Next simulation. Maybe you'll beat the big shots here by a step, and successfully intercept them. From afar, you see a giant bronze cauldron standing on the ground, already surrounded by crowds, everyone exuding powerful auras, all big-wig level players. Suddenly, white light bursts into a mushroom cloud. A terrifying shock wave hits you head-on, sweeping you up, and flinging you 1,000 meters away. At your age, such a fall isn't good. It looks like this simulation is about to end. But as luck would have it, where you land, a crocodile demon is sunbathing. You think fast while midair, come up with a brilliant idea. I'm your real dad. The strictest father among foreign clans. Your blood energy surges 100-fold. Your body instantly becomes stronger. From this fall, you crush the crocodile demon to death, while you're completely fine. Thanks for the free crocodile skin you strip off. Planning to make a belt. Meanwhile, several streaks of light fly over your head and fall in all directions. Perhaps it's fate smiling upon you. One streak of light lands near you. This place is far from the center, and you're the only one here. You chase after it and see an ancient bronze sword. The sword is 3 feet long, with a shimmering cold glow, as if waves of murderous intent swirl around it. What a treasure, truly amazing. Excitedly, you rush over to draw the sword, but a bald monk gets there first and pulls out the bronze battle sword, casually stuffing it into his small cloth pouch, and even pats it with satisfaction. Hey, you bald monk. I saw it first. Please, don't get upset. This item is fated for my Buddha. I'm merely taking it on behalf of the Buddha. A gentle breeze blows by, and the monk suddenly vanishes. You realize he's a master. But that doesn't stop you from simmering with anger. Thankfully, luck is still on your side, as another bunch of treasures flies out. Judging by the direction, one is coming your way. You chase the light, sprinting wildly across the ground. At this moment, you feel just like chasing an airdrop in a battle royale game. Another treasure crashes to the ground. It's a jade slip. If a manual appears this seriously, at least it's Earth rank. You rush to grab it. A strong gust of wind sweeps past you. That damn bald guy is back again.
He calmly picks up the jade slip,
Dusting off the dirt, and solemnly puts it into his cloth pouch. Amitabha, this is a demonic cultivation manual. It's too dangerous. Allow me to destroy it, so it doesn't harm the world. Baldy, why are you only watching me? There are so many people snatching treasures. Why don't you stop them instead? The monk laughs heartily. With so many masters gathered here, you're the only one I can actually handle. Hearing this explanation, you find yourself at a loss for words. A few more airdrops land after that, But you stop chasing them. Without enough power, you can't get them anyway. Trying would only bring trouble. 1. Why are there so many treasures here? People gather around the strong. Spiritual energy does the same. What's really in there that draws all these treasures? Beyond immortal aura, it's celestial essence. Judging by the aura, it's wood element. Must be the legendary Kyushu cauldron. With the Kyushu cauldron emerging, martial forces from all over the world came rushing in and held the Wending tournament. The big names, valuing their status, refused to step in themselves, so the younger generation from each faction fought in the ring, and the winning side claimed the Kyushu cauldron. This was also to prevent internal human conflict, in case the demon clans took advantage. Since the tournament lasted a long time, the martial artists present organized their own way of doing things. You brought out all the demon clan materials you'd collected over the years and sold them, making a tidy profit. Afterwards, you browsed the market stalls and found a bustling crowd. Even rare storage items were being sold, something you hardly ever see. You didn't hesitate to spend a fortune on a storage ring. Come on, man. Where's the trust between us? The soul banner has storage function too. It finds your purchase of a storage ring quite unacceptable. Please, snacks kept with you. Decrease by 3.2% every month. You're just a spirit tool, yet you keep compound records. During the Wending tournament, you saw the Wuji sword sect disciple who saved you before. He has a famous name, known throughout the 5 realms, Swordmaster. When you look at the Swordmaster, he looks back at you and nods to you slightly. The old monk asks you in surprise, "Do you know Swordmaster?" "He saved me, and even gave me a jade token." You mention this while fiddling with the token at your waist. The old monk takes a look at the jade token and gives a slight smile. Amitabha. Then, he takes out the bronze battle sword he took from you last year and says the jade slip has been checked by me. This sword has no connection with Buddha, and the technique written on this jade slip is not a demonic one. You may use it without worry. You can't hold it in anymore. And burst out laughing. Come on, Baldy. You're way too cowardly. It's not like I have any special connection with Swordmaster. The monk just smiles and says nothing, giving you a look of understanding. This is your newly acquired storage ring, and you put the jade slip into it in the blink of an eye. It works really well. By the way, my name is Chunyi. How should I address you? My Dharma name is Genpin, an uninitiated disciple of Jingang Monastery in Ziliang. You know Jingang Monastery? It's one of the 8 great sects of the 5 realms. But what does uninitiated disciple mean? By the way, aren't there lots of evil cults in Ziliang? You ask out of curiosity. I've been stuck at the Emerald Soul realm for so long. If I don't try some unorthodox methods, I'm probably never going to break through. Genpin shakes his head. Don't speak so carelessly. It's just a different faith. So there are evil cults then. You and Genpin agree, once the Wending tournament is over, to go to Ziliang together. 3 months pass, and the Wending tournament finally reaches the finals. Wuji Sword Sect's prodigy Wan Zhanyi wins first place after a heated battle. He finally overcame his peers and took the top spot. As the winners, the Wuji Sword Sect let the Swordmaster step up to claim the Kyushu cauldron. But just a moment later,
He laughs, saying, "We spent all year on this tournament for this."
worked so hard, and all we've got is a giant brick. Everyone grows curious and comes up to check it out. You join in to see for yourself and reach out to touch the Kyushu cauldron. It feels like cold, chilled metal. There doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Suddenly, you catch a glimpse of a familiar figure.
Hey, Dachin.
How could this be? Where's the artifact spirit? Hearing all the discussion, you realize what's wrong. The artifact spirit of the Kyushu cauldron is missing. Without it, the cauldron is nothing but a dead object. It's totally useless. Looking at the information in the simulator, I'm a bit confused. Why did the Kyushu cauldron make me see Dachan? Is Dachan actually the artifact spirit? The massacre at Luoding village? So weird. Dozens of powerful martial artists. Why did they attack a small farming village? Could it have been about Dachan? Were they actually after Dachan? Whatever. Next simulation, I'll try bringing Dachan near the cauldron. Maybe a miracle will happen. Simulation continues. Year 48, age 66. The Wending tournament ends. You travel with Zhenping to Ziliang. Hey, monk, which cult in Ziliang is the most notorious? That would be the Holy Fire sect. Those heretics worship the flames, and their initiation ritual is to burn themselves all over. Truly insane. These heretics must be eliminated. Lead the way for me. I'm going to dispense justice on behalf of the heavens, because the sacred fire cult's doctrines are too extreme. In a place like Ziliang, where religion is prevalent, they exist only as an underground organization. It's not easy to find them. Fortunately, Jenny has a way. The sacred fire cult members frequently set themselves on fire to endure the pain of burns. Everyone has to carry a pill called Qingbu Langyang, and they need it in huge quantities. So you stake out the pharmacy and observe. Suspicious people are followed all the way. Sure enough, cult members arrive to meet them. This supplier acts all secretive. You can tell at a glance he's up to no good. Monk, are the sacred fire cult people really strong? 40 years ago, they were a top faction in Ziliang. At one point, they were rivals to the Jinging Temple. But then, for some unknown reason, all their elites and leaders died. Only weaklings were left. They don't even have anyone at the golden body level anymore. Benefactor Chun, let's just make a move. With the two of us, the sacred fire cult today should fall easily. Who said I'm going to destroy them? I'm thinking of joining them. I like fire too. Can't you see my bright red hair? That's all thanks to being close to the fire god. You persuaded Zhenping to leave, and went into the sacred fire cult alone. I want to join the sacred fire cult. Alright, you're the saint child now. You're stunned. What kind of story is this? Getting promoted so fast? You try to blend in. Just go through the motions for a few days. But these people are too bizarre. They never eat regular food. They burn their food to charcoal in the fire, then eat it with the embers still there. Their training means burning themselves with fire. Each one grimaces in pain. But they're all shouting fire god above. Yun Yun, you often feel too normal and can't quite fit in. After a few days, you stand out as the only sane one. Cult leader. My cultivation has been stuck at the peak of tempering soul for a long time. I heard our sacred fire cult has a way to break through levels. Is that true? Yes, sane child. Yes, you are at the peak of tempering soul. What's wrong? Doesn't our sacred fire cult have anyone even at tempering soul level now? You just arrived. You're not familiar with our cult's history. That disaster over 40 years ago. Not only did we lose our leaders and the elite, we also lost our cultivation methods. Without the key methods to strengthen faith, it's very hard for us to advance. Of course it's hard. Who gets stronger by self-harm every day? At the cult leader's call, all the sacred fire cult members gather together. Rumor is they're going to help you break through. Not only did the members not make things difficult, they were actually very enthusiastic, shouting slogans you can't understand. That night, they arrange a formation using charcoal. Brothers and sisters, tonight let us offer our body and soul to help the saint child break through cultivation, in hopes our sacred fire cult will prosper again. It's actually the legendary sacrificial ritual. Although you feel uneasy, you remember their cult. Leaving them in the world is a danger anyway. If their sacrifice can help you break through, at least they'll have done some good. Offer my broken body to save the world. Fuel my ambition to glorify the fire god. Burn my broken body to save the world. Ignite my passion to honor the fire god. They keep repeating this core doctrine. A strange power flows through the formation beneath you. Suddenly you can't move. The simple charcoal formation under you turns into a cage, trapping you in place. Bro, you got caught. They're feasting on your life force. You suddenly realize, as expected, top-tier hunters always show up like prey. The sacrifice in this ritual isn't them. It's you. You instantly fly into a rage. How dare you try to plot against me? You bunch of heretics. Too bad. Even if you shout out like that, the family father trait still won't activate. But you still have your trump card. You decide it's time. The eternal soul banner, a parade of 100 ghosts. You can tell the real deal as soon as immortal energy shows. Thick black fog instantly engulfs the entire formation. A bunch of cultists whose highest cultivation is only soul tempering realm. Hit by the Eternal Soul Banner's lethal move, 1,000 demon souls unleashed. One furious charge wipes them out. You left one survivor. It's the cult leader. Looking at you, standing perfectly unharmed in the new array of fire. The Eternal Soul Banner in your hand is coolly emitting black smoke. Ferocious demon souls swirl behind you. This cult leader feels you're even more sinister than him.
He miscalculated.
Top-tier hunters always show up like prey, huh? Let me ask you again. Do you guys have any way to help someone break into the golden body realm or not? The cult leader scoffs. From martial path's early stage to the middle stage, so many martial arts prodigies can't pass this barrier. How could we, the Sacred Fire Cult, possibly help you break through? Then you're useless. You're about to finish him off, when suddenly you notice a tattoo exposed on his chest. It's a flame pattern. You pause, pull out a white mask from your storage ring, and ask, is this pattern the same as your tattoo on your chest? Of course, the Sacred Fire script is the same. You grab the guy, lifting him up. 48 years ago, did your people go to the Central Plains and massacre a village called Luoding? The Sacred Fire Cult leader gives you a strange look. But he's stubborn. He refuses to talk, but the Eternal Soul Banner is made to deal with stubborn mouths. Poor Sacred Fire Cult leader. Have you ever felt the ultimate despair? The black mist given off by the Eternal Soul Banner isn't just for atmosphere. When this black mist enters the cult leader's 7 orifices, he screams miserably. Fire God, don't abandon me. Burn me, Lord Fire God. You see his face twisted in so much pain. You almost think he could drop dead right there. All right, I'll talk. The Sacred Fire Cult has already fallen so far. What secrets are there left to hide? The Fire God will forgive me. From the cult leader's mouth, you learn a rough outline of the massacre back then. The Sacred Fire Cult wasn't the mastermind. Basically, they were just hired hands to deal with a small village deep in the Central Plains. They didn't even send any elite or expert. It was symbolic, dispatching a small team to execute the task. Then, they contacted their branch organization in the Central Plains, and the Chixin Gate was in charge of the main operation. Who was the mastermind? I don't know. You don't know? Or don't dare to say? How do you think the Sacred Fire Cult ended up like this? How did the leadership and elites die? The Sacred Fire Cult got silenced. After simulating till now, the secrets of the massacre are finally being revealed. No wonder so much fire element is in Chixin Gate's arts. Turns out they originated from Sacred Fire Cult. But who's doing the silencing? Who's the mastermind? Why did the Sacred Fire Cult have to massacre the village? The clues stop here again. This person behind the scenes is definitely complicated. It will be extremely difficult to find out their true identity. Let's keep simulating. Sooner or later, I'll find them. The simulation continues. Leaving Sacred Fire Cult. From a distance, you spot a familiar silhouette. Genpi stands under a tree. His bald head reflects the moonlight. Amitabha. Looks like you've dealt with those heretics, my friend. You pat your clothes, wearing a relaxed and easygoing look. Your clothes are slightly dirty at the corner. Year 51, age 69. You ask Zhenpin to introduce you to more weird cults. You try poison so deadly in the Baidu cult, it nearly guts you. The pain keeps you bedridden for a month. When you fail to break through, you deal with those death dealer poison masters. Evil cultists, making poison and hurting people. Heaven punishes and earth eradicates. Even their headquarters gets wiped out. Afterwards, you and the monk hit the road again. Later, you arrive at Wangyu cult. Following their secret method, you experience what it feels like to have parasites invade your brain. This extreme pain almost leaves you mentally impaired. Breakthrough failed. You take care of those bone masters too. These years, you've also been studying the Earth tier techniques recorded in the Jade slips. But your talent isn't great either, so there's literally zero progress. To not waste the technique, you share it with Zhenping, thinking if he learns it, he could guide you as well. Too bad, even though Zhenping has slightly better talent, he still hasn't mastered it to this day. But you figure, it's mostly because he focuses all his attention on feeding himself. Yet again, you get hurt all over messing with cults. Sorry to trouble you again, monk. Chun, you're at this age already. What's the point of breaking through anymore? You don't really want to explain to Zhenping. Just say it's a man's promise. Year 52, age 70. Extracting trait. Extraction successful. Skill proficiency. Legendary cold genius. Congratulations from today on. You no longer need talent. As long as you repeatedly practice a technique and reach the number of times needed to upgrade its proficiency, you can instantly increase its realm of mastery. Hard work is rewarded by heaven. Let's start practicing. Do you want to adjust your traits, young man? You swap in skill proficiency 4, the older, the luckier. You follow the moves from the Jade slips and practice them in the air. Zhenping sees how excited you look, but has no clue. Chun, are you losing your mind again? Told you already. Don't keep trying those weird cult tricks. Monk, you're right. Starting today, I won't touch any cult tricks anymore. I'll focus on martial arts. Chun, you're such a changeable person. Half buried in dirt, ambition has shifted again. You figured it out. If you can't break through in this simulation, so be it. At least you can max out your techniques using the trait. Try to raise all your technique realms. When you practice for the 99th time, you still haven't learned the martial art. You're just mimicking the moves. But when you practice the 100th time, suddenly it all makes sense. You immediately master it. Year 62, age 80, extracting trait. Extraction successful. Immunity to all poisons, epic. Your poison resistance is extremely high. Regular, mundane poisons have no effect. Special poisons like pill poison, demon poison, or technique toxins are vastly weakened. Adjust entries. You replaced it with immunity to all poisons. A sudden inspiration. Zhenping wanted to travel across the continent. This was the goal he set after becoming disillusioned with the world in his middle age. You need to find the ley lines. So you two unemployed wanderers ended up traveling together, becoming a pair of 5 Desires street loiterers. The 5 Desires region is vast. Over these few years, you only managed to return to the Central Plains from Ziliang. Along the way, you encountered many demons. They appeared deep within the human heartlands, attacking passing travelers. The Central Plains are home to many human masters. How could they allow the demons to run amok? It was only from a woodcutter that you learned a major event had occurred. Led by the Azure Dragon and the other 4 great demon clans, the demons had launched an all-out war. The humans had ceased their civil wars, led by the Wuji Sword sect. The Central Plains dynasty, the Southern Border Empress, and the Northern Yuan Khan have all joined the war. Both sides are in a standoff at the Firmament Ridge, the boundary between the 2 races. Before the declaration of war, while the humans had not yet established a united front, the demons sent an elite force to secretly infiltrate the heart of the Central Plains. Breaking into smaller groups, they rallied scattered demons throughout the Central Plains to slaughter commoners everywhere. The demon scourge you encountered along the way was formed this way. I can't take any more, man. You killed demons all the way. Demon souls are coming in abundance. I can't store any more. You and Zhenping arrived at the City of Divine Weapons, wanting to upgrade the banner of 10,000 souls. If you have no money, what are you practicing? Get out. Don't interfere with our business. D-rank spiritual artifacts are expensive. You failed at bargaining once again. While you were feeling down, A young man suddenly walked up behind you. I'll pay for him, count them. These spirit stones should be enough to forge several D-rank spiritual artifacts. Swordmaster, long time no see. Bane of demons, I'm relieved to see you are still healthy. I'm truly gratified. Now that the two races are at war, shouldn't you be at the Firmament Ridge front line? Fighting doesn't happen every day. Both sides need a chance to breathe. I took some time off, specifically to find you. Lord Swordmaster, specifically to find me? What have I done to deserve this? You're not here to lend me money, are you? If so, I don't want this spiritual energy. You're so humorous. Those spirit stones are a gift from me. If you can have a handy weapon, it will be very helpful for the task I'm about to entrust to you. Next, you have a detailed talk with the Swordmaster. It turns out he wants you to lead an expedition to suppress the demon scourge within the Five Desires region. Specifically, that elite demon force that secretly infiltrated the Five Desires before the war began. Currently, the human powerhouses are all engaged with the demon army at the Firmament Ridge. The interior is vulnerable, and you, the Bane of Demons, are the most suitable candidate. The Swordmaster asks you to lead the expedition to suppress the demon scourge. What choice will you make? 1. Zhang Xia came out of retirement at 80. I can also set out for war at 80. 2. I'm getting on in years. I don't want to fight and kill anymore. Let me enjoy my final years in peace. 3. I want to go on the expedition, but I fear my strength is insufficient. I wonder if the Swordmaster has a way to help me break through my realm. The great Swordmaster traveled thousands of miles to ask me to serve. It is truly for the sake of the people's safety. If I refuse, am I even human? You chose. 3. Simulation continues. Lord Swordmaster, to be honest, seeing the common people of the world harmed by demons fills me with grief. But I am merely in the soul-tempering realm. My strength is lacking, and I cannot shoulder such a heavy responsibility. The monk watched your performance from the side, and even cooperated with a sigh, looking deeply pained. You have indeed been stuck in the soul-tempering realm for a long time. For a D-rank bone structure to break through to the golden body realm is extremely difficult. It cannot be done without great destiny. Yes, I suppose someone like me would have no chance to break through even in your Wuji sword sect, right? The Swordmaster gave a light chuckle. Not necessarily. The corners of your mouth were harder to suppress than an AK-47. What do you mean by that? From his storage belt, the Swordmaster took out a glowing peach. This is the Swordheart Immortal Peach, sourced from the Swordheart Divine Tree. It sprouts once every 300 years, flowers once every 300 years, and bears fruit once every 300 years. Only one Swordheart Immortal Peach grows at a time. Using such a treasure to help you break through to the golden body realm is honestly a bit of a waste. Under the Swordmaster's encouraging gaze, you ate the Swordheart Immortal Peach. The realm bottleneck that troubled you for decades immediately loosened. The spiritual energy in your body circulated on its own, and you broke through to the golden body realm on the spot. The Swordmaster could not stay long, and had to rush back to the front line. That day, on the tower of the City of Divine Weapons, the Swordmaster announced to the world your status as the Grand Marshal of Demon Slaying, then set off back to the Firmament Ridge. Half a month later, the Forging Pavilion delivered the Earth-grade banner of 10,000 souls. The spirit stones paid by the Swordmaster were also returned in full. How can I accept this? While you verbally declined, you had already tucked the spirit stones into your storage ring. The martial fights for the human race. What is a single spiritual artifact? Whatever you need, just ask, it's all free. Then you weren't going to be polite. You had the Forging Pavilion build another warship for you to facilitate the transport of the army. During these days, many martial artists came to join you out of admiration, wanting to follow you to purge the demons of the Five Desires. Finally, the day of the expedition arrived. leading 100,000 martial artists, and piloting 100 flying boats. You grandly began the Five Desires demon-slaying operation. This was the first stop of your campaign. You led the army to encounter the demon elites at Yellow Sand Ridge. Both sides drew up their battle lines, preparing for a major confrontation. At this moment, an old acquaintance actually appeared on the opposite side. The demon Sorrow. How is he still alive? It's overrun. This devil kills demons without blinking. And among the demons there were bold ones. A bull demon in the sea-bordering realm stepped forward from the crowd. A mere golden body realm? I can crush him with a single finger. The pulse wave finger. This earth-grade technique had been raised to the perfection stage by the proficiency system. With the buff from strictest father of the winged clan, with just one finger, not even a trace of that bull demon remained. The old marshal is truly strong. Nonsense! This is the demon-slaying marshal recommended by the sword master. Think he's joking with you? But what's with that banner of his? It looks like the banner of 10,000 souls. Idiot! Open your dog eyes and look closely. That is the demon-subduing banner. Year 65, age 83. In your 80s, you led the expedition, commanding the demon extermination army, stepping on the clouds. Flying boats crisscrossed the sky. Because of your great age, many soldiers of the demon extermination army directly called you Grandpa. Having suddenly gained a bunch of grandsons, you felt it wasn't too bad. Year 66, age 84. The demon extermination army advanced triumphantly, causing the demons of the Five Desires to flee in terror. Pushed into a corner, the demons also began to strike back. In a battle to reinforce several units, Genpin, in order to save a group of commoners, was ambushed by several great demons of the spirit concentration realm. He couldn't pull through in time. Old monk, hang in there. The spiritual medicine from the Pill Fragrance Valley will be here soon. Amitabha. This poor monk is about to see the Buddha. This is a good thing. Marshal, there is no need for sorrow. With a peaceful expression, Genpin put his hands together and went to seek the Buddha in his heart.
That day,
The Demon Slayer army witnessed what true rage looked like. Their old marshal was bare-chested,
he charged alone into the pack of demons attacking Jizhou City.
ripping everything apart with his bare hands. After Genpin died, you started talking much less. A familiar feeling of emptiness gradually welled up inside you. You knew this was the sense of nearing your end. Reporting, Marshal. 3 days ago, the demon clan attacked the Yuanyo, or veins. After years of fighting, you realized the demon clan actually started using tactics. No longer just charging recklessly like before. They attack spirit stone veins now, cutting off supplies to the front-line army. The demon clan uses tactics. You can use them too. And you're even slightly better than they are. You set up 3 goldstone or veins as bait. Feign retreat to lure them in, continuously faking defeat, luring their main forces together. The demon clan kept advancing deeper. At last, they fell into your encirclement. You also saw the master strategist guiding the demon clan. Turns out it was someone you knew. Thong Yu Cheng. Not surprising you sided with the demon clan at all. I never expected the famous marshal of the Demon Slayer army actually knows little nobody like me, haha. General Wang Ping. Help me evaluate this man's cultivation level. Wang Ping is one of your sub-commanders. He possesses cultivation at the concentration stage, so he has spiritual sense. He should be Golden Mountain 3rd Realm. Whoa, he's 2 realms above me. You're not planning to attack Fenyu City after killing him. Because Fenyu City is like the parent of humans and demons, this entry cannot be activated. Even if you're skilled in your techniques, and your fighting power is strong, there's no need to take the risk. You still have subordinates. In the chaos of battle, Wang Ping resolutely carries out your orders. He found Fenyu City, and relentlessly hunted him down. But in desperate straits, Fenyu City transformed. A bunch of fleshy wings grew from his back. Black scales covered his whole body, looking especially hideous. After transforming, Fenyu City's fighting power skyrocketed.
He fought against a bunch of underworld god realm demons.
Wang Ping and the other officers kept losing ground. Seeing this scene, you laughed. You said, "You're a human. Don't go turning into some monster. Or don't blame me for having iron fists." You charge into battle, invincible wherever you went, exuding overwhelming presence. After this battle, the Demon Clan elites were completely annihilated. Chan Yi, the Demon Clan has lost. Give me a way out. I swear I won't return to the 5 domains. Dream on, you scum. What did I do wrong? I just wanted to become stronger. You have DJ roots too. How could you not understand? Understand my ass. As you say this, you raise your sword to strike at Feng Yuzheng. He turns to run. You chop off his tail with one swing. He staggers and falls to the ground. I was wrong. No, don't. Don't kill me. Go confess in the court of Yama. Just as you were about to finish off Feng Yuzheng, your spider sense suddenly jolted. Danger coming from behind. You sidestepped to dodge. That cut-off tail just brushed past your shoulder. Chan Yi, you're done for. I win this round. Your tail is poisonous. Of course, this poison is my real trump card. Everything earlier was just to trick you. See that? This is my chance. I seized everything, abandoned my human identity. All for the power I have today. Feng Yuzheng was full of pride, enjoying the joy of victory, showing off his strength, laughing for a whole 2.5 minutes. Suddenly, he realized something was wrong. Why haven't you collapsed yet? What answered him was a chilling flash of your sword. I'm a senior tomato user. What poison haven't I encountered? This bit of poison is nothing. After fighting this battle, you felt a bit tired. Your life is finally nearing its end. Xiao wants to ask you something. What's up? Before I met you, where were you? Be specific to the day. Ideally, down to the time as well. How would I remember so clearly? Probably wandering around Hongyuan County. You listen to the 10,000 Souls banner and recall everything, deeply remembering it. Gradually, you feel all the strength draining from your body. Your eyelids grow heavy. It's time to go? Right as you're about to close your eyes, in a haze, you see a beautiful figure rushing toward you. Uncle, you're awake. Sikin, why are you here? Master sent me. Master, who is your master? Li Lingyu, the Empress of Southern Frontier. Is your master still okay? My master, he's dead. Dead? Wasn't she the Empress? Shouldn't she be really strong? How could that be? Shen Saiking tells you. The warriors in the Vault of Heaven are more than just the Empress. Even the Sword Lord, known as the strongest in the 5 domains, after killing 3 ancestors in one sword strike, also used up all his life force and died. The war still isn't over. Both sides' top combatants finished their fights. Now the leaders compete. When the leaders are done, it's the middle tier, then the lowest tier. No idea how long this fight will last. There are no winners in this battle. Uncle, this is for you from Master. Morning's personal letter. With you, I don't need to use we.
Tomorrow.
The plan once set with Sword Lord will be carried out. Success or failure. All depends on this battle. I have a bad feeling, so I wrote this letter, and hope Shen Saiking can get it to you. Thanks to Sword Lord. I know who you are now and where you are. Looking for you for half my life. Finally found you, but unsure if there will be a chance to meet again. From the letter you learned Li Lingyu's life story. After arriving in Southern Frontier, she escaped marriage and jumped off a cliff, had adventures and unified the Southern Frontier, retook the Central Plains, fought demons alongside Sword Lord. In a haze, you see that stunning face again. She's wearing a phoenix crown and ceremonial robes. You reunite with her in holy light. I have been here in this life. Fought, though not perfect victory. But I'm proud of my heart. You breathe your last breath, and hear the final sound of this life. It is the Demon Slayer army soldiers outside the military tent. Martial simulation ended. Simulation review, East Desolate, West Liang, crossing Central Plains. Slay demons, purge evil, 10,000 souls banner. Prophecy commands is a perfect squad. 5 desires pacified, Old Chan comments.